WIFTV-PM.
Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like me said. Remy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. I be done had a heart
You
attack.
gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah.
I don't like that one.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Well, every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
Disney on Ice presents Frozen and Encanto in one exciting family experience. Sing along with Anna and Elsa in wintry Arendelle. And celebrate the power of love, Y Familia, with Mirabel and Bruno in the show everyone will be talking about. Live in your hometown. Playing Chicagoland from January 19th through February 5th. Free parking with ticket purchase. Visit DisneyOnIce.com today.
Check. Oh, please, don't you rock my boat, 'cause I don't want my boat to be rocking. Oh, please, don't you rock my boat. Oh, no, 'cause I don't want my boat to be rocking. I'm telling you just, I like it like this. Keep this just like this. And you should know by now. I like it. I like it like this. Yeah. Satisfy my soul. Oh yeah. Satisfy my soul. Every little action satisfy my soul. It's a reaction. Satisfy my soul. Can't you see what you've done for me? Oh yeah, I'm happy inside all of the time. When we're bending new corners, I feel like a sweet six winner. When I meet you around the corner, you make me feel like a sweepstakes winner. Watch out. Can't you see? You must believe me. Oh, darling, I'm calling. Can't you see? Just when you hold me tight, you make me feel alright. Yes, when you hold me tight, you make me feel alright. Can't you see? You must believe me. Oh, darling, darling, I'm calling, calling. Can't you see? Why won't you believe me? Oh, darling, darling, I'm calling, calling. Satisfy my soul. Satisfy my soul. Satisfy my soul. Satisfy my soul. That's all I want you to do. That's all I beg from you. Satisfy my soul.
Now the skies could fall, not even if my boss should call. The world, it seems so very small, 'cause nothing even matters at all. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters at all. Nothing even matters. Nothing even
See, I don't need no alcohol. Your love makes me feel 10 feet tall. Without it, I go through withdrawal. 'Cause nothing even matters at all. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Nothing even
These buildings can drift out to sea, a natural catastrophe, but there's no place I'd rather be, 'cause nothing even matters to me. Nothing even matters. Yeah. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Nothing even
You're part of my identity. I sometimes have a tendency to look at you religiously. Yeah, 'cause nothing even matters to me.
Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. You won't find me at no store. I have no time for manicures. With you, it's never either one. 'Cause nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters at all. Nothing even Nothing even matters.
Now my team could score and make it to the Final Four. Just repossess me 4x4. Yeah, 'cause nothing even matters no more. Nothing even matters, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nothing even matters to me.
WIFTV PM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more in the black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to Senate. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. On Tuesday, January 31st. It means, Riis, not only are we blowing up on a Tuesday, but it means that we are blowing up the month of January. It means we are 1/12 of the way there, fam. Like, this is how it started. It's a slippery slope. Next thing you're going to be looking up is going to be March. Well, first of all, let me not trip, because we got to go through the shortest month of the year, which would happen to coincide with Black History Month. That, Black History is being, Riis. So now I should expect that this Black History Month in the state of Illinois, we should expect to see updated queer history moments, queer Black history moments. Which ain't nothing wrong with that. Not a thing. Not a thing. We are in the state of Illinois. JB, what day did you tell me you was trying to get on your dig on the ticker? I don't know if you sent that to me. Send it to me again. But it is the Mace Jackson Show. That's right. Blowing up on a Tuesday. Right here in the good old Chi-Town. Y'all, we got stuff to talk about. You know I had to run up out of here yesterday, right? Riis. Well, first of all, let me do this. Let me say what's up to my man, DJ. Oh, JB Allen, it's your birthday today? All right, I'm going to get you on the ticker. Let me get the ticker together. But while I'm at that, DJ Riis the rule on the ones and twos. How you feeling, dog?
Blessed by the best, man. Got a little rest yesterday.
You found your keys, man?
Nah, man. Need some, man.
How the lady?
Her shoulder real banged up. So, but other than that, she good. So, but she went to the ER. Got her shoulder looked out. But yeah, it ain't like it's good. But like, and then she just transferred over to like a new position that like require her to like lift or something every now and then. So, but she good though. She good.
All right, you know you was on our family prayers. So we definitely want to make sure that you and your lady are straight. You got to get you some keys. You know, back in the old days, they'll charge you for the key, right? They'll be like, you know you lost your key? I'm going to have to charge you for it because, you know, I got to change all the locks.
I thought they give you the first one.
No, that's that millennial junk. I'm from the,
I would say, yeah, that's good.
This millennial. Oh, we'll give you another chance.
You get one chance.
You get another key. Oh, don't you worry.
That's what it is. Listen, we understand. You get one.
And you don't get your ass up out and give me my key. You already on trouble because you got two. Mugs be running around here trying to go to the bathroom. Can't get the key for the bathroom. And now you got that, and you got ain't been able to go to the bathroom. You be like praying that the door is open.
And I don't understand why they close it anyway. Like, I get it, but I don't get it.
Because it be randos during the daytime.
Yeah, I get it, but it's like really rare that somebody actually crossed that threshold, you know?
Actually, in the daytime, now with the new people.
The
new people be all, they done got the deliveries all messed up, putting new signs on the door, talking about deliver to the front. Hey, man, don't be coming around here messing up our stuff.
Right, people think this is the front right here.
Right. The address is on the front of the building. Then next thing you know, my package, I can't get. My package has been, I ain't never had a problem getting a package here. Now all of a sudden I got package problems. Now I got to go walking all around the building to find my stuff. Cause look, got the UPS man, not the UPS, the FedEx and the Amazon man all twisted up. I run this joint. This is our hallway. But you know, it's kind of tough to be when they be like, we love you though. So I don't want to be that guy, dog, because I'll start to be like, let me take the sign off the door, right? But then, you know, you don't want to start new neighbor wars because, you know, you ever have a new neighbor and the new neighbors is a little grimy? They be like, oh. Next thing you know, they be in your bathroom. They be using your lawn. They be throwing out their Hennessy bottles. So I'm going to tell you, they be sitting on your steps. All type of stuff. So I'm gonna be a good neighbor, but I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna have to put another note on the door for the UPS man. That's for them. That's for them people. Put my stuff right back here. Nobody got time to be walking all the way around to the front. Then they be piling it up, and then people be looking at you like, man. One day I had football helmets and all type of stuff all up in the front.
To my downstairs, right?
Collectors in the front though. In the back.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Like I know what you mean.
I was not happy.
See, that's why I missed the other guy. Like we had that older gentleman that worked here. He always made sure we got our packages.
Right. Well, look, y'all. This is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler, and we are here. Riis, before we take off, let's just blow it up one more time on a Tuesday. And now let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. We are up and away. Dang, we ain't a nuclear. Hey, Riis, you know the last 747 just dropped out today. 747. They manufactured the last 747, which was the most famous plane in history. And now, Riis, they are on to something new. But yeah, at the end of the 747. So we gotta get us a new soul plane because lately we've been on a soul jet. We gotta get us another plane. We gotta load this bad boy up. But it is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. And hey y'all, Riis, I met with your girl yesterday, and I think you gonna have to stop muting the song, dog. She tried to go. She tried to pull it on me, Riis. You, sir. I can tell you, I don't have an answer to that, but what I can tell you is that's divisive. And what is really divisive, you divide people. I mean, you have a song on your show every morning where you say, I am more lesbian than black. Look at me. Am I not black? Riis.
She didn't say that. Heard.
Riis, and I missed. You know how you be like, I should have said. Well, then what you say, I did. But you know, I was trying not to be like, you know, because I feel like everybody. You know how everybody wants you like. Everybody wants like people like everybody wants you to be the one to always be the one. Like it really could have went there, but I kind of just chilled because I didn't want to take over. Like, you know, I didn't want to be like, it seemed like I was, you know, like I feel like they had people outside looking, waiting when I got there, right? And you know, like the black people that be on the team be like, oh, damn, here you go. But Riis, I'm gonna tell you, it's clear she be trying to punk people. And she does the punk you and lie at the same time. Like, do y'all want to hear about what happened yesterday? Y'all don't want to hear about it. Y'all don't want me to tell you about it. Riis, that was something else. That was really something else. Shout out to Cheryl Maynard. Shout out to, I don't know what they call themselves, but the Black Media Collaborative Coalition, whatever it was. I was happy to be invited. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Riis, you know, it'd be funny because you know how you got like a platform and people be like, they don't ever invite you. Shout out to Cheryl who invited me. Then you find out that people was like, don't bring him to the meeting. He can't come. And people, anyway, I'm going to stop. Y'all want to hear about what happened with the mayor? Y'all don't want to hear. I tell y'all, but Riis, what if I told you when somebody asked, what do you feel about, do you believe that we should get reparations? She said, you got your reparations. You know what she said it was? Guess what reparations in Chicago is to the mayor?
Cannabis?
No.
Oh, no then.
Yeah. Y'all want to know what the mayor said about reparations? Well, guess what? You got to stay tuned until 7 o'clock and I'll tell you all about it. But y'all, it was a time to be had. But I was just like, I can't be the, you know, like, I just didn't want to be the guy who always, I was really trying to be civil. But Riis, when she was like, more lesbian than, you have a song every day and you say I'm more, I was like, I really wanted to be like, I ain't write the song, but I ain't want to throw my man under the bus. But she tried to go, and then she tried to tell me I need to apologize.
I played that song today, and I don't hear that in the song.
Riis,
I don't.
Can I tell you? Let me just tell y'all what. I said this yesterday. I said Riis and the mayor, when this is over, need to start their own firm. Cause you know how you could just look dead in my face and be like, "What are you talking about, Mace?" The mayor was like, "No." I was like, so you mean to tell me? Nope. I saw it with my own eyes. No, you did. Like, you know how you be like, you know how when somebody is just determined to lie and you just be like, okay, let me stop. Not lie. Spin. Riis, I'm here to tell you, dog. You know how you can always give me an answer? Right? She straight, and she do it with a straight face. Because the problem is, you can't pull up the, like, you know what I needed was my computer. So I could have just, like, you know how I'd be like, you know how when they be on the TV shows and they be like, so on this day you said this. That's what I needed in the space. But that's what, I was not there by myself, right? So it was like 10 other people around the room. So, you know, you can't just be, you know how you ever been to a thing and somebody just keep asking the question, take all the questions up? I didn't want to be that guy. But I need to tell you, Riis. Ooh, and Carletta, I got something to talk to you about. Better tell your people. Anyway. Y'all don't want to hear about the mayor's thing. I won't even tell y'all about it. It was interesting though. It was a real Riis. I really wish I could have had a video camera. Cause I wonder if they're gonna play it. Or they're going to save it for the podcast or something. Because they recorded it all. But man, dog, I did not get my Anjanette in. Which that's when she said, Arnab, look at me. Am I not black? Then she proceeds to have, woo. Riis, it was so much. It was action-packed. It was like a slow rolling. Like if you could just, like I feel like I wanted to record it so I could play back, like so you could hear. I don't know how to
always record, man. Get on your phone.
I'm not like I'm not like these millennials, right? Like J Mal recording people then playing it back. Right? It wasn't. So I didn't know what the ground rules was. So I didn't, because I got there late. But Lord have mercy, Jesus. Yeah, it was like, you know how she be on them press conferences not telling you the truth? It was like in person. Live and in person. Oh, we also got to talk about, so anyway. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Maybe I'll tell y'all about it. If y'all want to hear about it, we'll talk about it at 7. Is that cool? All right, we'll talk about it at 7. Did you see Kel's got the charges dropped against him, Riis, in Cook County?
Oh, okay.
Kim Fox dropped the charges. She was like, look, man, we need to have this trial. The man going to jail forever and ever to the Fed joint. Why do I need to have another case here? Right? So she dropped the charges on him, which...
It might hurt him. You never know, man. Because, then he ended up finding some loophole and then get out.
Dog, they double whammied him at the Fed. He got 2 of them. He got 2 Fed cases, right? So it's like, you get out of that one, we got you for this one. Now, Kels ain't never coming home.
I hope he do, man. I hope he do. Maybe in like 10 years or something. And nobody should end their life. Well, I won't say nobody, but...
Hey, man, them dudes and whatchamajigam need to end their life. Man, y'all traumatized some people yesterday talking about that. James traumatized people.
Yeah.
Talking about he wanted them to get boned every day.
Oh,
James, James is comedic.
And they shouldn't spend the rest of their life in jail for that neither, man.
So where should Tyree spend the rest of his life?
I mean, that's tragic, but I believe, I just saying, I mean, it's an unfortunate mistake, but...
Mistake!
I mean, not a mistake.
Unfortunate mistake.
It is unfortunate, but to put somebody in jail for the rest of their life, I'm just saying that you can, like, you made this decision.
You take a life.
35, at 35 or 28 or whatever. I'm just saying. So you mean to tell me at the age of 48? Yeah, he went there at 28 and at the age of 48.
What age is Tyree gonna make it to?
And you don't think that that your mind or like you can be forgiven or anything? That just,
yeah, you can. So
right.
I believe in being forgiven, but that does not mean that you forget. Like, I believe that you can be redeemed and still be in jail. Right? And I believe that, I believe you can be redeemed. Like, you don't have to be, like, now, if you make a mistake, that was willful intent.
Not to kill, but to beat them for sure, but not to kill them. That's why they got second degree in that first. The intent was to whoop him, but not to kill him. I don't think they tried to kill him, but I do think they tried to make an example, and it led to his death. And the 3 days later,
Mama.
So
just
saying, like,
so Derek Chauvin should get out too.
I believe after you do a 25 to life, I believe after you do 25 years, if the people see you fit to enter the world again, then I believe that no one.
What, ain't life 25?
Yeah, 25.
So if you do 25 years, that's life in prison. They let you out. Or do you get to stay? You got to stay.
But that's when you're eligible for parole. Like you eligible to like leave. And I believe that after you take the little, meeting with the people, and I just don't believe, I'm not saying that it should be nobody, but, if you done something and you was 20, I don't believe that you should stay there until you die at 80. I believe that in them 60 years of your life, you have actually learned something. Well, I would hope that you've learned something to put you back in the real world. Okay.
I don't know.
And if
I lost one of my family members, bro.
Yeah, I feel you on that. But but I also believe that this is supposed to be an institution that's supposed to,
rehabilitate.
Exactly. So, to put me in there for 25 years, then this is not a system to do that. I mean for the remainder of my life. But if you're 60 and you make that decision, then I can see that. But to be a young person, 20s, just running around, had no guidance. I do believe that you can make a mistake at a young age, and then by the time you're 50, y'all told me the other day that you really don't get your, wisdom until you're 50, 60 anyway. So.
No. That's not what we said. That's not what we said. So, what we said is when you 50 or 60, it open up for you, right? 50. It's like, hey, fam, but you got to get to 50.
I'm 50.
Hey, Joe, no.
Open up
Reese,
for me.
Right. What? No. 30 with professional training. Nah, fam. I'm sorry, Reese. Then I might be on the James program.
You might be on it.
I'm like, hey, man, so you like that was a heinous crime, bro.
And especially
like I almost feel like Jason Van Dyke was better. The shooting of Laquan was better than what I saw there.
And all these white people come home. Ain't no way I can say. Ain't no way I can.
What white people come home? Charles Manson still in the joint. He ain't coming home.
Some white cops that didn't came home that didn't shot some black people, man. They all don't stay in there. So I can't never tell you to put none of my black people in jail after you already jailed us.
So do protect the bad? Like again, you commit violence against the nation. You committed a crime against the nation. Like not the ops, the nation. You killed one of the brothers in the nation. 5 of y'all unsanctioned decided that y'all was going to take his life into y'all hands. What about the kid? So do you have to pay for child support? I love the law. Did you hear about the law about like if you kill somebody like drunk driving or whatever and they die and they have kids, you are now responsible for child support for them now? I think that's in Tennessee too.
I like that idea.
Yeah, no, dog. I think it need to come out the police pension fund too. Yeah. I'm just telling you like this. I don't know, Reese.
There's too many of us locked up anyway.
Some of us need to be.
True. I was telling you.
Them 5?
I agree, but I believe that you can sit inside your cell and realize that you made a mistake after 20-something years and be like, that's not the person that I was when I got here. I'm no longer that person. So to detain me for something that you know what I'm saying? Like at what point am I forgiven or is that just not forgiven? You know what I'm saying? Like at what?
You can be forgiven, and I want you to be a minister to the young guys coming in, and be like, man, that's why you got 10, and young brother, don't let this 10.
Or he could learn his lesson after doing 25 years, and he can come out in the community, and he can probably save someone that does not have to do 25 years because he experienced the mistake that he made. So he comes out. And he shows them that there's better ways to do this than the way that you're thinking. And now he can save a soul.
Life is life. Ain't no coming home. Just like Tyree isn't coming home. That's how I see.
I know. That's okay. That's all right.
I know, man. Me and capitalists, I know this is the same people that say, why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't care about nobody. I killed them. Nah, man.
No, see, then you don't come home. If you have no compassion and you did that, then I agree. Then you don't come home from that at all. But I do agree that, like if you compassionate and you can show that that you understand the mistake that you made after 25, 30 years, then yes, I do believe you should go home.
Okay. Well, I'm sure. And some other people like that too. Actually, all right. Well, we have to talk about that. That's a whole nother conversation. Redemption, right? But you killed like I'm talking about. We saw the tape. I ain't talking about you shot dude. I ain't saying he was the ops. And if it has anything to do with a chick, right? Because now on social media they saying that one of the officers texted a picture to his ex, who worked with dude who yesterday, Salim, hey bro, if y'all did that, because although I was talking about the fact that, you know what, Reese? So I was talking about this yesterday, because I think, probably for lack of incrimination, I'm going to let this go. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis, the ruler, who wants to free them all. He think they should come home. I don't think they should come. So should Dylan Roof come home?
I mean, people he killed.
All them black people in that church?
No, he should actually be executed. That's no compassion for him.
Okay.
He should actually be executed.
Okay.
Because that was intent.
So I feel like the brothers could come home, but they should get their hands chopped off then. Like they could come home, they could be redeemed, but they should never be. They should be
So
permanently.
what's the point of going to jail? Is that not what he did? Is that not the
I mean, I think the
crime?
nation should have took care of the hands. Let the police, let the state take care of the, take care of the imprisonment, and they should get their hands chopped off, and their kneecaps broken, shattered.
Yes, I can see it, but
Right? Like I think whatever you did to do, you should get that. Right? You should get that. Let that be. There's the other justice, and when you go in, let the brother, man, not let the brother. Y'all want a belly club a mug across the face? You want to see how I feel? Well, pow! Hey, yay! Something. It's the Maze Jackson. I'm sorry. He dead, but I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Get Stuff Done Pack has launched, and they are off and into the races. They're going to be playing in the mayor's races, in the automatic races. So be on the lookout for that. Some of y'all going to be getting bombed real quick, real soon. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Ben Crump pointed out that, there were three more people relieved of their duties, including two paramedics, and a lieutenant, fire lieutenant, got whacked. Riis, it go one for you. I know you're going to use this. In the Memphis joint, they also got a white boy who was on the scene, who you could see in the tape. Guess what he got? He got put on leave, and he cooperating. But everybody else that was there that was black, they gone. He on leave. Ben Crump was like, hold on. Like, if you was on the scene at all, you got to spend, you had obligation. Nakia Wright, the black editor of the Sun-Times, is gone. Sun-Times is no longer the black paper. I'm just telling y'all. The Sun-Times just let she didn't quit, but she resigned her position as the executive editor, Nakia Wright. Let me say yesterday, birthday bash. Thank you to everybody. Y'all made my day. Y'all know I was planning on having an attitude because I was like, don't nobody care about my birthday, and I cut. And then everybody was here, and it was like super, super, super dope. Plus that cake. Did you eat some cake, Riis?
No,
eat some cake. Oh, that's right. Give me that cake, Anime. I see Swill was eating this cake in violation of his other whatchamajigam. But thank y'all so much. Thank you to everybody. I don't even know how y'all snuck up in here. Riis, they was in here for a minute, huh?
No. So they was in here for like 2-3 minutes. The first time you had asked me what was going on, that's when they had just walked in. So they was there for like 2-3 minutes when King Israel was on the phone.
Oh.
Yeah, so we let him talk. He talked, and everybody came in.
That was dope, man. That was pretty dope yesterday. It was extra fly. And I want to say thank you to everybody, whether you was online, whether you was participating, however you participated. It was good to know that y'all appreciate me and that it was some love. I felt like the pastor with the church anniversary. But you know what? Next year, what I'm going to do, have you ever been to the black pastor with the church anniversary and they got the money tree?
Yeah.
Where they put the tree and everybody come put the money on the tree. That's next year. But I did feel like that was the deacon board and Swill was on the deacon board, the mother board, the ushers, everybody was all in the building. I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna have us a church going on one of these days, the Church of Whiftable.
We set it up. Made sure I told everybody what doors to come in. I'm like, you gotta come in through the other doors so you can come up.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I can't leave. That way y'all could just come in. I went to go unlock the door, so I'm going to unlock the doors so y'all just walk in. Boom. But they missed the cue. I was trying to cue them up. You know how you be trying to get. I was trying to get like like it's clear now. But yeah, no, man, it was real good, man. I definitely, what I'm saying? I definitely was like, yeah, man, this was real good to see everybody come in, holding the sign up unexpectedly.
Yeah, that was dope,
called
man.
All your family called in and everything, man.
Man, I know. My son texted me.
Your son,
they didn't put him up. No, they didn't put him up on the thing. So he texted me, but he was like, that was about the earliest text. Everybody like pulled it off yesterday. I mean, I had an all around good day. from the morning all the way to the end of the day.
Did the mayor tell you happy birthday? No, okay.
No, but her staff, it was funny because the black lady on her staff was like, happy birthday, Maze. I got a switch for you, though. I said, I got a switch with your name on. I was like, shoot, well, I got a belt with her name on it. Yeah, I was like, look.
Yeah, she might be looking for employment right now. Talking about some happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Like, nah.
Hey, man, it's like, this would be bothering me, man. You know, we got this. You know how to, you know I hate when people nod and you start nodding with them? Like you agree? No. I was like, no, we cannot. Anyway, Riis, I really want to tell y'all about what happened yesterday, but I don't really think y'all care about what happened. But boy, I have a headline. Like the headline, I really want y'all to know what Riis, the mayor told us about her belief in reparations yesterday. I had so many questions, but you know, I was like, did it be me? And then be talking about some, you sir, after that, you sir need to apologize. I need to apologize. I was really like, I really wanted to be like, first of all, I was like, did you see yourself on City So Real? When you listed everything, I'm not familiar. Well, then you need to go back and watch. Riis, it'd be crazy because the mayor got video evidence of her bogishness, but I'm going to let that go because y'all don't really want to hear about it, do you? Y'all want to know what happened yesterday? It was actually an interesting meeting. Let me see what else I got on my list. Dang, Riis, we lost last night, and we were supposed to win. Shout out to the Holy Trinity Tigers. Man, fam, we cracked up at the end. Right? Like, we got just a little bit. Like, we was up 7. First of all, we went down. We was down 9 in the first half and came back. Usually, if we go down 9, it ain't no good. You know you cooked because it's hard to come back in them games. The boys played. They gutted it out, man. And it was like the refs succumbed to pressure at the end of the game. And Riis, like, I really feel like I wish we had one more year at Holy Trinity with this team.
What they lose by?
2 points. It was 2 points, I think, yesterday. And it was crazy because, like, our parents supposed to be cursing at the games? Like, what the? I'd be like, shh, damn. Wow. But I don't be like, hey, mom, this got it better. I was like, man, but the guys, man, they played like it was, hey, man, it was like, boy, for like 3 quarters. Fourth quarter, we cracked up, but I'm going to tell you, the guys gutted it out. Hey, y'all, don't forget, senior night is on Friday. So y'all want to come check out, y'all want to see the last game, y'all come check us out Friday at 7 o'clock. Holy Trinity on Division. Y'all come on through. Support the squad. Come see MJ and the seniors. It's going to be, what is it? MJ, Dylan, Bobby, who else we got? MJ, Dylan, Bobby, Matt. Dang, I'm missing one. I'm going to get them, but all the seniors, y'all come on down and check us out, man. It's going to be a good time. Let's stomp them out. Let's make sure they have a great time on the last day of the season. Look, it is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Senior, and we going to the playoffs. I'm excited about the playoffs, too. I was salty yesterday, though. We played Walter Lutheran. Is it Walter Lutheran? You went there, too, Riis, or something?
No, I didn't know the school.
Okay, so we played them last night, and it was like, man, we need like us a 6-footer. We need like a 6'5". If we had like one like extraordinarily tall player, because we might got like 1 or 2 6-footers. 6, like straight 6. But I'm here to tell you, Riis, it was man, look, man, Charlie, I'm just here to tell you, we were supposed to win that game last night. We was up by 7. We was playing too fast. We should have just slowed.
7 in the 4th?
Yes. Yeah. Riis, we was up by 7 in the 4th, and it was like,
That's when you gotta tell it. 'Cause I know ain't no shot clock in high school.
Hey Joe, you gotta be like, slow the game down.
The whole clock ain't no shot clock in high school. We just go dribble, just keep passing, keep rotating. I don't care what they say, how you cuss me at the end of the game. We just gonna dribble. I'm trying to tell you, ain't no shot clock. We up 7 in the 4th. Hold the ball.
Man, all right. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I can't look. We got a game on Wednesday. We got a game on Friday. Friday is senior night. Man, y'all come on through. Wear your blue and gold so y'all could come on and support the Holy Trinity Tigers. Come check out MJ. Check out our whole squad. Cause we gonna get it in, right? I'm super proud of them. Did y'all know Bueller graduated from there? So when y'all come, y'all could go see not Ferris. Go see Bueller. Her picture is on the wall. They had on their prom dresses and tuxedos for their pictures. Anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Let me see what else I got. That's it. Oh, Bobby Hull. You know him, Riis? Bobby Hull was like one of the greatest Blackhawks ever. He was an ambassador till they found out he was an alcoholic and beat his wife. But he died. So they're gonna when you do all that, do they remember that or do they just say he was a great hockey player? Because they started sliding it in. They was like, he was an ambassador till we found out he was drunk and was a domestic abuser. I feel like I wouldn't want that in my, I don't want that in my radio. Like if you out pass, don't be like, but I guess you got to take it, come with the good and the bad, right?
Yeah. Meanwhile, we can look at pictures of Jerry Jones stopping black people from coming in and just like that pass.
He wasn't.
He wasn't there. I mean,
he was there. He was watching.
He was watching. Okay, if I steal a car and you get in, they gonna be like, oh, he was just in the passenger seat. Nah. He was there. He wasn't stopping him. If I'm somewhere and somebody talking all this stuff about Maze Jackson and I don't say nothing, he was like, dang, bro, you ain't stop him. Like, he didn't stop him. But as soon as a black person up there, oh, yeah, he was there, they try to find, oh, well, you know what, this has nothing to do with him being, but, oh, yeah, he used to drink and apparently be beating on his wife. So.
Man, people be talking about me all the time. People be like, that no.
This how we end this and everything he did for the sport. Meanwhile, back in the day, it was slave owners, children, playing. It's a lot of history.
Look, Riis done got deep, y'all. We done took him to Wakanda, man. Shlemiel, y'all remember this one? Shlemiel, Shlemazel, Hop and Stop Incorporated. Da-da-da-dun-dun. We're gonna make it. Give us any chance, we'll take it. Read us any rule, we'll break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Doing it our way. Nothing's gonna turn us back now. Go ahead and on the track now. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Doing it our way. There's nothing you know that? Remember that?
I was definitely say, where's that song from? As you kept singing, I actually caught out. Where's it from?
Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah, okay. I definitely knew I know that song from somewhere.
Cindy Williams died yesterday. Laverne. No. Yeah, Laverne died. No, was that Shirley? Anyway, Laverne and Shirley from Milwaukee passed yesterday. Cindy Williams. So she passed away yesterday. So just from the 70s. Do y'all remember Laverne and Shirley and Lenny and Squiggy? Did you ever watch Laverne and Shirley? I didn't really like Laverne and Shirley. It used to come on right after Happy Days. It was the Milwaukee shows.
I watched those too.
Huh?
I said I watched Happy Days too.
Did you know Did you know the Fonz was based on me?
It was.
I'm telling you. You don't believe me?
Nah.
Okay. Believe me. You don't believe that the Fonz was based on me? Mm-mm. What if I could prove it?
Yeah, I need to prove it. You got to prove it.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. And then when we come back, I'm going to prove to Riis that the Fonz was based on me. Plus, we're going to do the social media question of the day. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
Tune in to the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. We out of here. Peace. Peace.
Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago. The violence in Chicago must stop. Willie Wilson pledges real action to do that. A revised police structure, 4 superintendents, more accessible to their neighborhoods, providing faster communication and concentration of resources. Willie Wilson pledges more integrated police patrols to increase community, confidence, and cooperation. Willie Wilson's pledge will make Chicago safer. Finally, Chicago, do it right. Willie Wilson for mayor.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, and I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leading me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and weather report. As we head over to the Kennedy or head to the Loop, will be 32 minutes. Outbound will be 20. On the evenings from Deerfield to the Exchange, 35 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 28. On the Eisenhower from Thorndale to the Loop will be 40 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 30. While the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 41 minutes. Outbound will be 32. On the Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be 34 minutes. 32 minutes back out to I-80, while the Dan Ryan is 17 minutes to the Loop, 12 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Drive, north and south, everything is locked in at 8 minutes. Today's weather, it is currently only 4 degrees and clear. Today will only be a high of 12 with a low of 2. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Tuesday here on The Mace Jackson Show.
Back to glory. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. God's gonna turn it around. 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 From glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. God's gonna turn it around. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. God's gonna turn it around. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. God's gonna turn it around. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha, oh, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. God's gonna turn it around. Dear Lord, it's me again. God's gonna turn it around. I'm calling on you. You did it before. I believe that you can do it again. Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing we need, somebody else needs you for another.
You are listening to the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. And I got to say what's up to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM. Shout out to everybody tuned in. That's our radio listening audience, the Saints. They join us every day at 6:30. We're running a little bit late right now. It's 7 o'clock. But everybody on WBGX, you can catch us every day 6:30 to 8 on 1570 AM. Or you can go to your app store, download the TuneIn app, and you can catch us just like Sister Zakiya and John Austin every day, 6:30 to 8. Now, if you're an early rising saint, or one of the sinners, you can get here early. 6 o'clock. Now, if you're on the sinners, we got to put you on the other side of the congregation. Tithe only 40%, right? If you a saint, then you know you can sit in the front row. You can sit on the pastor's row, and we can get you there from 6 to 9 every day, Monday through Friday. Now, you can catch us on. You can give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Riis, I told you before we go, and then we're going to talk about some other stuff. I do want to get the social media question of the day, but actually I think I might move that to a little later. But Riis, put the audio on the computer, cause y'all don't be recognizing. And Riis, as we were talking about Cindy Williams, it made me think about Milwaukee. And you know, Happy Days you remember Happy Days? Sunday, Monday, Happy Days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Happy Days. Thursday, Friday, Happy Days. The weekend comes, something, then get ready for you. These days arise, and every day, sweet Happy Day. These days arise, and every day, oh, Happy Day. Hello, gray sky. Goodbye, gray skies. Hello, blue. Nothing can hold me when I hold you. 'Cause love's so right, it can't be wrong. Rockin' and rollin' all night long. These days are right. Remember then they used to be like, I found my thrills. Don't remember Richie used to like Fast Domino. Remember, and then Potsy and Ralph, and then it was Joni and Chachi, right? Then they had their own show. All of this was in Milwaukee. That's where, and you know, Laverne and Shirley was a spinoff of Happy Days. Right?
They were on Happy Days?
Yeah, like it was like they weren't on Happy Days, but they were like they would come in and you would see them with Fonz and all that, and then all of a sudden they spun off, right? Because remember, it was Milwaukee was the beer capital of the world at one point. Yeah, Riis, see this. Riis, this only proves why you don't understand that. And who was the main character in Happy Days? Not Richie. Everybody wanted to be like, hey, the Fonz. Riis, I don't be thinking you be believing me sometimes when I be trying to tell you. Y'all don't be understanding, but it's okay, Riis. Riis, you got me on the computer? Now I just need for you to understand. Riis, the Fonz, the coolest. There was a time when the Fonz was the coolest man in the whole entire world. But even the coolest man in the whole entire world gets older. And so, you know, like when you get those people, you got to get them early, and you got to get, you know, like origin stories. So you want to know about the origins of the Fonz? Hey, right? You ready? All right, let me just, cuz I want to remind you all. One more time, I tried to tell Riis, he don't want to hear me, that the Fonz was based on me. They just had to put a white guy in because of the timing. Ready? All right, so you got my volume up. Make sure you got my volume up. From the words of the Fonz himself, he will tell you that if it wasn't for me, there would be no Fonz. Ready?
Okay, so I am standing with the coolest dude in all of Chicago. I came to him for lessons, and he was the one who taught me EOS. Hey.
Riis, I told you.
You just said that to make you feel special.
Riis, you tripping, man. See, black, it be your own people. Now here go the man in his own,
Okay, so I am standing with the coolest dude in all of Chicago. I came to him for lessons, and he was the one who taught me EOS. Hey.
Y'all better stop playing me. Y'all gonna give me my props. You know who that was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who was it, Riis? The Fonz.
Oh, yeah, I'm saying that's the Fonz.
Henry Winkler, man.
Oh, I didn't know him as the Fonz.
See, that's cuz Riis, when I gave him the lessons. I'm just telling you. Reese, you be tripping, man. See,
I feel him though. He just said to make you feel good inside.
See how black people do you? That's the city of hate. One more time. The city of hate. They don't want to show your man no love. That's the city of hate. I just had the Fonz tell you I'm the Fonz. I am his inspiration. He had to come to me to get lessons. And even though he put it on video, Reese, you won't even get to me. So
yeah, so she ain't do it every day. So I just want to let you know that when she say something, she ain't do it.
Oh my God.
Speaking
of the mayor, Reese, did you see this video? Okay. You ready? Let's go.
Bucket boys out there.
It's a chaotic drum line. See nobody joining in with it but the
I'll vote for that.
Of course you would. Negroes. Okay. So, I'm trying to decide, do I want to do the social media question of the day? Or do y'all, first of all, open up the phone lines. I want to know, do y'all want to do the social media question of the day, or do y'all want to hear what happened with the mayor's race? I mean, with the mayor's interview session yesterday with Black Media. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I ain't going to tell y'all what happened if don't nobody call. If you don't call, I'll start talking about something else. We'll talk about some other stuff. But I want to know if y'all are interested in hearing about what happened with the mayor. Do y'all want to know? I really need y'all to, okay, somebody better call, because Reese, I really want to tell y'all the mayor's answer to reparations. And just how you said you'll vote for that, like that would make you vote, Reese. That is exactly how I feel like they get us. Because, you know, we love a good dance. Dance like the black people are watching.
We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes.
Ooh, give us a call, 872. Do y'all want to hear about y'all want to talk about the mayor's meeting, or do y'all give us somebody got to call the phone line, 872-259-7474, because if I don't get no phone calls, I ain't going to tell y'all what happened. And man, it was, I mean, y'all probably would, you might want to hear, she talked about lesbian and black. Man, she talked about reparations. She talked about the migrants at Wadsworth. But I guess y'all, you know what, Reese? We could talk about, let me see. What else could we talk about? We could talk about the new polls. I'm just saying, though, y'all probably really want to hear about what happened yesterday. But you got to give us a call, 872-259-7474. And I want to hear anybody on the live line. We want to hear. If you don't want to hear, I wanted you to tell me whether you want to hear about the mayor's race or you want to talk about Chick-fil-A. Because I could talk about Chick-fil-A today, too. The mayor's race or you better call. Somebody better call. I want to see some lines, some names on the phone line. If you want to hear, let's see. Let's set a number. I got to get, you should have heard her talk about Willie Wilson. Woo! And Brandon Johnson. Reese, she talked about everybody too, except the women. it's so much I want to tell y'all about this, but I'm gonna need like 6 calls. So if y'all want to hear what the mayor said about, you want to hear what she said about, you want to hear what she said about the right for undocumented stuff? How many calls I said I need? 6. I got to get 6 calls. I ain't got no calls on the line yet. Callers, if you want to hear about what happened with the mayor's race or the mayor's interview yesterday, give me a call, 872-259-7474. But I'm not doing it until I at least get 6 calls. I want to make sure you're out there. And I want some radio callers. So you got to tell me where you calling from, what your name is, where you calling from, and what you want to talk about. Chick-fil-A, or you want to talk about when I had a chance to ask the mayor a couple questions yesterday and the Black Media Roundtable. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson? I got a call? Don't have me out here embarrassed. Well, that's okay, because we can talk about Chick-fil-A. You like Chick-fil-A sauce? What sauce you like on Chick-fil-A, Reese? You like the
Chick-fil-A sauce.
Chick-fil-A sauce is off the chain, but you know what I really like too? That Asian. They got the Asian one too, but the Chick-fil-A sauce is good. I gotta get 6 calls though. If I don't get 6 calls, ain't no conversation. Let's see what we talk about. Carly on the Maze Jackson Show.
Good morning, Maze.
Good morning. Who there? This sound like Miko.
This is Miko.
How you? Miko, thank you for my wonderful birthday gift yesterday. And I'm sorry
You
that
like
you was
it?
running up out of here all quick. You know I do. You know I'm about to be extra fancy with it, too. So, you know I'm about to be acting up. I'm going to be like, excuse me, we have some Grey Poupon with that? What's going on, sis? Hey, man, let me tell you what. I needed you there for backup yesterday. I ain't going to even lie. Because it was like, I felt like I could have been, I didn't want to be called misogynist yesterday, and I didn't want to be called a woman hater or something like that. But man, yesterday, well, talk to me. What's up? You want to know what happened?
Of course, right. You can keep the Chick-fil-A conversation. We can wait on the social media question for today. I want to know what type of questions you asked. I want to know what did she talk about Black economics. I'm not talking about nothing about social service. I want to know, did she talk about how we're going to house our current homeless people? I want to know about all of that. And it's called Polynesian sauce.
All right, so Polynesian, I thought it was what kind of sauce? Thank you. So that's one. I like barbecue sauce on my Chick-fil-A, Reese. But there is something special about who's got the best tenders though? You think Chick-fil-A or you think what's my Cane's? I like Raising Cane's too. Carly on the Maze Jackson Show. You want to talk about chicken nuggets? Or you want to talk about what happened yesterday at the mayor's interview? What's up, caller? That's one we got.
Maze, that's why you was there, so you could come back and let us know what she said. So this is Ryan. So let me hear about. We hear about Chick-fil-A another day.
So that's y'all.
And the last caller.
Yes.
The last caller she hit on the topic. I want to know what's in it for the black folks from us. That's all. So that's that. You got to let us know. Come on now. You got to deliver. And I don't care if there's nobody else called. That's the lady that called before me and I called. So you talk to us. I'm about to sit back and listen. I don't care about 4 more calls.
You don't want no Polynesian sauce, Ron, on your Chick-fil-A. You like Raising Cane's? I'm telling you, Raising Cane's got some chicken tenders.
And like I said, you don't need 4 more calls. What I asked in the last call, that's it. So if you don't get 4 more calls,
if I don't get 4 more calls, y'all gonna be talking about Chick-fil-A nuggets and sauce.
You good, Ron? It's 12 on the line.
All right, let's go. We're trying to get a vote, man. We're trying to get a vote.
May.
Yes.
Hey, May.
Yes.
Okay, because you don't want me to do a whole trick of, man. I'll hang up and I'll call back and I'll say, hey, this job of Hyde Park. I want to hear about the mayor's race. Bye.
All right, let me tell you.
We don't want to resort to that.
Well, if I don't get if it ain't all these calls on the line, y'all better, we going to go back. Give us a call. Go ahead, Ron.
Rich the ruler's like, sound I like Ron.
It sound like Ron. This look like John.
That ain't John. Okay.
Thanks, Ron. Stay tuned. Hopefully we get these. If I got 6 calls, now if I got 12 callers, I'm going to tell y'all the real stuff that happened. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. You want to talk about Chick-fil-A? You want to talk about what happened yesterday with the mayor? Carly on the Maze Jackson Show.
Good morning, Maze.
Good morning. This
is
sounds
Katie.
like Katie. What's up, Katie? What kind of chicken nuggets you like?
Oh, no, I don't want to hear about any chicken nuggets. With Chick-fil-A, I heard they got about 100 and something ingredients in their chicken, so it's probably very dangerous. But I do want to hear about the mayor and what happened last night.
Okay.
I do want to hear about it. So please tell us what happened. I want to hear everything.
Okay. So I got 3. Thank you. That's Katie. She is the president of the phone club. That's 3 calls. Riis said I got 12. I ain't got 12. If y'all want to hear about it, y'all better let me know, because I have some stuff. I want y'all to hear the definition of reparations, but I can't do it. I ain't even tell you the definition of reparations without 10 calls. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. Chicken. What kind of chicken nuggets you like? Who got the best? Hello, I can't hear you.
I don't care about no chicken. I want to know what she said. Did she sing? How many lines of the song did she sing? Did she sing a verse?
I think she was stuck on just one line, and she tried to make me apologize. Y'all want to know what I said when she asked me about apologizing? Give me more calls. I got to get these calls. Thank you, callers on the. You got to tell me your name and what side of the city you calling from. Phone and social media. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. You want to hear about Chicken McNuggets, Chick-fil-A, or you want to hear what happened yesterday with the mayor yesterday? Caller, what you got for me?
Hey, this is Diane Wilson Body, 6 o'clock Street. I am not I make my own chicken strips and stuff, so I like mine best. But, I've been waiting since yesterday, so if that means the rest of the show is talking about that meeting, hey, we all good to go.
Okay.
I think that's all of us. So if you need us to call back again, we can make your 12.
Okay, well, I got to get to my 12 calls. All right, thank you so much. Look, this is the Maze Jackson Show. Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's, Chicken McNuggets, or talk about the mayor's race. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. What kind of sauce you like on your nuggets?
Hey, all you need is a black leather jacket to make it official.
Hey, I knew it. I told you.
This is a gift that keeps on giving. Now, the clip that you played, contrast that to, okay, go home. Go home now. Go. It's a gift that keeps on giving, so you know what we got to hear.
Okay, so you want to hear, you don't want to hear about the Chick-fil-A sauce. You want to hear about the mayor's race. What's that, 4 calls, Riis? I think
the only chick I think I might want to hear about is 2 for 1 or Everybody Dance, but not that chick.
All right, thank you, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from? Okay, caller, I want to know your name, where you calling from, and what kind of sauce you want on your nuggets. Do you want to talk about what happened with the mayor's conversation yesterday? Caller, you're on the Maze Jackson Show. We got 4.
Shalom, King calling from Inglewood. Man, come on, man. You know we don't talk about no nuggets.
So you want to hear you want to hear about what happened yesterday, King? Because I'm telling you, King.
Yeah, I want to hear about yesterday and when we're gonna follow up on CHJ.
Oh, we're gonna follow up. Oh, you know what? That's another one we got to hit up on. Let's get that one. Let's get that scheduled for this week. All right. So the King, that's 5 calls. The King say he don't care about your chicken nuggets. Hey man, I'm gonna tell you, Raising Cane got the best sauce though. I don't know what's in that. Is that like mayonnaise and ketchup? What do you say, caller? Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. That's 5 calls. 6 calls, and I'm gonna start talking about it. You want to know about reparations? I gotta get to 12. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell y'all, when y'all hear what the answer to reparations was, y'all gonna be like, wait, what? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Good morning, my son.
Hey, Mama. Oh, excuse me. Hey, Sister Zakia. How you doing this morning?
I keep telling you, Maze, a lot of the young people call me Mama Zakia. So it's all right. It's all right. But listen, I'm on my TuneIn app, WBGX, on the radio dial, and you know I want to hear what you got to say about what the mayor said yesterday. You already know that, so come on with it. I mean, shorten the callers up. I'm anxious. Just start talking now after I hang up. I want to know what you said.
All right.
Okay?
Okay, thank you, Sister Zakia. I appreciate you. All right, so that's 6 calls.
Hey, look.
Go ahead. Call back, Sister Zakia, if you want to finish your comment. Now, Riis. Okay, so I'm going to start it. But, like, y'all, how many calls? We got any calls up there? If it's some calls up there. All right, so I'm going to take y'all calls. Tell me your name, where you calling from, and what you want to hear. You want to talk about Chicken McNuggets? You want to talk about the mayor's race? We're going to get through them quick because I'm telling y'all, the radio people going to be mad if y'all don't get through all these calls. Carly on the Maze Jackson Show. What's up? Caller?
Hello?
Hello? Hey, caller.
Hello?
Hey. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Nicole Brown, and I'm calling from Chicago.
And
I do not want to hear about chicken nuggets. I want to hear about the mayor.
All right, I'm gonna take it. Look, Riis, we got to get through the calls. If y'all want to talk Chicken McNuggets, I need the phone lines to light up. Carly on the Maze Jackson Show. What's up? What's your name? Where you calling from? You want to talk about the mayor's race, or you want to talk about who got the best chicken nuggets?
Maze, Byron, man. I've been waiting all morning. You got me hung up here. I'm stuck here. I'm stupid. Waiting for you to talk about the damn mayor's race, and you talking about some damn chicken nuggets. Now, I'm calling from south of Chicago. It's a long-ass way, 6,000 miles away. And I got to sit here and wait for you to just dazzle me around like a piece of garbage. Let's get to it.
Look, that was Byron calling from the depths of Brazil. He had to put his flower eater on hold. Caller, where you calling from? What's your name? Where you calling from? And you want to talk Chicken McNuggets, or you want to talk about the mayor's race? What's up?
Morning, Maze.
Morning.
Andre from Chicago South Side. I had barbecue chicken for dinner last night I made. I want to hear about what the mayor said. Now, you got me waiting. I stopped getting dressed for work, man. I listen to you every morning. Come on, stop playing.
All right, so no Chick-fil-A sauce for you. Carly on the Maze Jackson Show. Man, y'all, I'm telling y'all, when I walked in yesterday, it was like... They was waiting outside for me, Riis. They had parked all kind of crazy. Like, I felt like the security team. Like, why I walk up and they all put their hand on their hip? Call us the Maze Jackson Show. Y'all want to hear about what happened yesterday at the mayor's conversation, or do y'all want to talk about who got the best chicken sauce? Because that Polynesian sauce is really good at Chick-fil-A. What's up, caller?
Maison.
Uh-oh.
Quit playing.
Uh-oh. Whoa. That ain't my mama. So that was authority. Who is this? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? I felt a little way.
This is Nico again from the west side. Quit playing. And also, I want to know what she did. I also want to know what she disrespectful to you.
Oh my goodness. We gonna talk about it. We got to get through these calls. Caller is that's Miko calling for 2. That count, we gotta take one off. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Maze.
James, I know
you
like
know
the
damn well. You know damn well we've been hearing clucking for the last 4 years. We want to hear what Woodstock got to say. Stop. You need to quit playing. Riis, boy, you going to have me jump out the window somewhere on some of your view.
Oh, God.
Quit playing, man. All this damn, we've been here clucking for the last 4 years.
So you don't want no...
You don't want to talk about no damn chicken.
Fried chicken. James. I'm telling y'all want to hear this. Y'all gonna want to hear this. But I don't know, is anybody else on the line, Riis? We got any callers? Carly on the Maze Jackson Show. If I don't get nobody from the suburbs, I ain't telling y'all neither. Call us, the Maze Jackson Show. What's up? Chick-fil-A?
Good morning, Maze.
Good morning. Who there?
Good morning. This is Cassandra with the white hair.
Hey, Cassandra, what's going on, sis? Now I know you y'all got what y'all got here. Do Harold's got nuggets over there where y'all at?
I don't know. I'm like you. I like Canes, but we ain't talking about no damn chicken this morning. You just quit playing. I get up early to listen to you. I don't even have to get up this early. No, don't you play, brother. Come on. We want to hear what she got to say.
Woo-wee. Y'all gonna be, I'm gonna tell you, it was a conversation. It was like I had to check myself because I was like, they was gonna be like, Petty Mays was almost in the building. Reese, anybody on the line, man? We got any callers?
South Carolina.
Give me a suburban call. That's probably JB Allen, who's having a birthday today. I didn't give all my birthday shout outs, but if they calling from South Carolina, I'm going to guess that it is JB Allen. What's up, Carly, on the Maze Jackson Show?
Hey, good morning, Maze. Good morning, Reese. Happy belated birthday. Dexter Knight calling you from Columbia, South Carolina. I listen to you every morning. And we ain't even supposed to be going to Chick-fil-A no more, Maze. You know better.
We not going to Chick-fil-A? Why we not going to Chick-fil-A?
Wasn't the owner a Trump supporter and all that kind of nonsense?
I know. What kind of the chickens was MAGA chickens or something? See, you sound like the mayor yesterday talking about MAGA at the meeting. MAGA? I was like, now hold on, but I can't tell y'all that. So Columbia, South Carolina, that might have put y'all over the top. Is any other calls on the line? Let's see, let's get through these calls. I want to get through them all because here's the deal. Here's what we know, Reese. What we know is they listening. So we want to make sure, callers, that they know, that the people know, that the people be listening. Carly on the Maze Jackson Show.
Hey, this is Sister Erica. How y'all doing?
Hey, Sister Erica, how you doing on that speakerphone? What up, Josh? Where my dog Josh at? What he doing?
We don't want to hear about Chick-fil-A. We don't want to hear about Chick-fil-A. We want to hear about Lightfoot. And me and Carrie want to know why she looking like an extra from Cheers in that dancing in the band.
Oh, y'all wrong for that. See, y'all acting up. See, that's how we got off on the wrong foot yesterday. Talking about the mayor and she took it was an infant. She wasn't going to let us get away with. I will not let you get away with that. I was not going to let you be here without addressing that. You, sir, need to apologize. I'm not apologizing for nothing. Carly, you on the Maze Jackson Show. You want to talk about Chick-fil-A? You want to talk about the mayor?
Greetings, Professor Jackson.
This sounds like
this is Harold from.
I said it was EK, my man. What's up, dog?
Hey, so there's a spot on the west side called Just Chicken. Man, y'all got to check that out. But we need to hear about who was in the room and what the mayor said. Again, who was in the room? What questions did they ask as well? So. Yeah, I would like to hear the response of everything that was going on. Who said it, why they said it, and who was around when they said it.
Oh, okay. Look, y'all want the T to T. Y'all want to know, y'all want to know the intimate details. So I got to respect the chain because there's certain things that we said we wasn't going to be able to talk about. It was off the record, which I really wish we could talk about, but we can't. But EK, I'm telling you, man, if I got to get through these calls. We got any more calls on the line? Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. What's up? You want to know about chicken or you want to talk about the mayor's race? Call me with your name and where you calling from.
Hey, are they handing out free stock? If they're not, because black people too. Our black people, my name is Ray Sean, and I'm calling from the West Side. We want to hear everything that went on. We want to hear who got in the picture, who asked serious questions, and who pretty much gave rebuttal questions. If the questions was danced around, we want to hear all of that.
Okay, Tamiko. Now look, Tamiko snuck in on us again. All right, how many more calls we got up there? She got you. She got multiple phones, dog. Look, y'all out here trying to really get the tea. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. Look, here's the thing. Let me just tell you. We know after yesterday, we know that they listen to the morning show. There's no doubt that they listen to the morning show, and the fact of the matter is they need to know that you listen because, a lot of people want to say we don't count, right? But we can put the numbers on the board. Caller, this is the Maze Jackson Show. What's up? Caller?
Maze, this is Maze.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can.
This is Carletta Kelly.
Hey, Carletta. You got
I'm
one more
calling
meeting?
from my sick bed.
Oh, feel better.
One more meeting. I'm calling from my sick bed. I want to know what every politician feel about reparations. I want to know who understands the assignment. You got to talk about what she's saying.
Okay. Ooh, Carletta, I feel bad. You You feel a little ill. We want Carletta to get the answer too. Carletta, we got something else we need to talk about too, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Carly on the Maze Jackson Show. You want to talk about chicken, or you want to talk about what happened yesterday at the mayor's interview with the black press?
The mayor's interview.
What's your name, caller? Where you calling from?
James Moore, Southside, YouTube watcher, and Facebook. What's going on, man? Happy belated birthday.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. So no Chick-fil-A sauce for you. You want the tea. You want to know what
No,
happened.
sir. Polynesian is the best sauce, according to my wife. But yeah, no Chick-fil-A today. I want to hear about the mayor's meeting.
All right, I appreciate that. Reese, we got anybody else up there? Carly on the Maze Jackson Show. Chick-fil-A or the mayor's race?
Man, if we can't have the Chick-fil-A sauce until we find the missing chicken wings, man. We got 1.5 million in wings out there. Now, what Harold's Chicken in the city of Chicago got them wings? Or what Shark got them wings? Or what Pop-Up Chicken Shack got them wings, man?
So you want
no
to talk
sauce, man, until we find the wings.
No sauce till we get the wings. All right, caller, we appreciate you. Anybody else, Reese? Anybody else? Y'all want to talk about the mayor's race? I'm starting to think y'all might want to talk about what happened with the mayor yesterday. Caller, you there? This about to be Tamiko again. If your chick get through you again, Reese, you off the door. You don't get to work the door no more. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Hey, Jeff, I got to see.
Yes, the mayor's race. My name is Don from the West Side. I'm Ron's cousin. Have a good day.
Don and Ron.
No, but this one from the West Side, not the A1. All right, y'all. Y'all is silly. All right, I'm starting to feel like y'all might want to know what's going on. All right, Reese, we got anybody else on the line? Call. How many we got? Okay.
Yo, what's up, bro?
All right, this Devo is the president of What's in it for the Black People media. Not media. What's in it for the Black People? What's up, Devo?
Hey, man. Hey, there is approximately $1.5 million worth of chicken wings out there on the street, man. We got to find them chicken wings, man. Don't be selling them. Hey, man, feed the hood with them chicken wings, man. And, yeah, man, let's get to hearing what's going on, bro.
All right. We got.
I'm out. Peace. Shout out there. Hey, shout out to South Carolina. South Carolina in the building, y'all. Hey, they rocking with what's in it for the black people, man. James Valley, Columbia, we in the building. I'm out, bro.
There it is. Okay, we're going to take these last calls, and then we're going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to give y'all the tea. I think y'all might have convinced me y'all want to know. Carly on the Maze Jackson Show.
Maze, Reese, good morning. How are y'all doing?
We good, man. We good. What's your name, caller? Where you calling from?
Callan from the south side. We don't hear about no damn chicken wings. Beetlejuice, what you got to say yesterday? Tell Beetlejuice that she gonna lose. She gonna get her ass whooped in the primaries.
Lord have mercy.
Later, Maze.
All right, caller. All right, we got one more call, Reese. Two more calls. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Chick-fil-A or what happened yesterday with the mayor?
Maze, good morning. This is Cassandra, and I should be your last call. I'm calling from the south suburbs. I am the last call, and we have a vested interest in the city. So, of course, we want to hear what the mayor said, and we are counting on your recall because you are amazing with screenshotting in your brain what was going on. So tell us everything from the rooter to the tutor. We want to know what she was wearing, how she looked. We want to know everything. So don't let us down. So let's shut this down and let's get to cracking. Let's talk about the mayor.
Let's talk about the mayor. I'm going to tell you, Cassandra said she was last, but we're going to take this last call. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Chick-fil-A or the mayor yesterday?
Good morning, Maze.
What's up, Anthony? I know you want to talk chicken wings, man. I know you want to talk chicken strips.
First of all, I'm in Southern down there feeding you chicken. I think they bought you off with a cup piece of chicken, man. Just tell me it's not so.
They might have got me. They had a little mild sauce and a little hot sauce. Then they showed up with the Chick-fil-A spicy strips. I was like, you might get me. You might be able to get me right here. You know black people love chicken.
They give you a big old pop, too. Man, that's what the police do. They had a security team. Did you like that, man? Eat some chicken. Would you like something to drink? No, man. Is the man through packing yet? Yeah, they want you to believe that we friends.
Next thing you know, you on the bus going to the county, man. Okay, anyway, that's the last call. Let's hear what your mayor said.
That ain't my mayor. Clearly, it wasn't my mayor. From the moment that I walked in the door, it was tension, tense, and tenser. One last call. Okay, Riis said I got one last call. Then we're going to go to break. And I promise when we come back, we're going to break it down. Caller, it's the Mays Jackson Show. Chick-fil-A or what happened with the mayor yesterday?
Oh, they hung up.
They hung up. They was like, they don't want to get jumped on. All right, y'all. This is the Mays Jackson Show. I guess y'all won. Apparently, when we come back, we are going to talk about not Chick-fil-A, but what happened yesterday with the mayor. We'll be back after these messages.
The Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Why not Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago? The criminals won't like Willie Wilson in the mayor's office. Fighting crime is Willie Wilson's first priority. Willie Wilson is ready to take on the criminals. Finally, Chicago, do it right. Willie Wilson for mayor.
Mays Jackson.
Caller, you on the Mays Jackson Show? What's up?
Hi, this is Katie. How are you?
Hey! Okay, hold on. I'm going to make an official nomination right now that we make Katie the new president of the phone club. Riis, can I get a second from you, man?
I second it.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. Everybody tuned in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. If you vote that Katie should be the new president of the phone club, please signify by saying aye. The ayes have it. Congratulations, you are now the new president of the phone club. Katie from Ashburn.
We did it. We did it. You're going to be the next president.
How you doing, boss lady?
Thank you. Fine, fine. Thank you. I accept that nomination. Thank you.
All right. You got drafted.
Mays Jackson.
It's the Mays Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Mays said, we out.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breaching security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater, but she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history, all because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gon' tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed to certain rights we are not granted. The media's the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narrative. It's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wildin' with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They're giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there's terrorism.
You are listening to the Mays Jackson Show. And so, yesterday when I went to the drive-thru to get my Chick-fil-A, I'm just joking. So first of all, let me once again open this conversation with a thank you to Cheryl Maynor and her team over at Chicago News Weekly. Cheryl has, since she popped on the scene, been adamant about me. You know, I told y'all I'll be in this space where I feel like I feel in an awkward space. And, like there are other media outlets that sometimes show love, sometimes do not, doubt our credibility, etc. And big shout out to Cheryl Maynor for inviting me to the last 3 Black press candidate roundtables. Unfortunately, for a couple of them, one I was having oral issue with the doctor. Then Friday I had our big event, so I wasn't able to be there. Yesterday was my birthday, and actually I had planned to not go yesterday, but I thought that it was important because our audience has spent a tremendous amount of time discussing this mayor. As a matter of fact, the birth of What's in It for the Black People was through the election of the mayor and what we saw. So yesterday when I left here, I ran out of here and missed all the cake to head over to the headquarters of Chicago News Weekly, which is over on 83rd and Stony. And when I arrived, I was arriving just a bit late, obviously, because it started at 9 o'clock. And I left here at 9 o'clock, which is probably the first time we done left that close to on time in a long time. And bear with me, I may describe it, and it'll go over to 7 o'clock. So all of my 8 o'clock, all of our saints, you probably got to switch over to social media to get the rest. So, Riis, yesterday was the 3rd of Black Media Roundtables, I believe. The first one that I was invited, not the first one I was invited to, but the first one I was able to attend. And when I pulled up, I was obviously the last person there. I saw my good friend Matt McGill from the other station walking up. But he got in before me and got a space at the table. When I came, as I walked up, Riis, you know that there's the mayor has white handlers for the most part, but then when she goes to black places, she has a black person. And I'm sorry if I cannot remember the sister's name, who, let me be clear, was pretty cool. Like, I'm not gonna front. She works for the mayor, but Riis, when I came up, she was standing outside, and I feel like they were like, he's here. He's coming. Then when I went inside, it was the white security detail, and everybody was like, how you got it. You don't know if you ever carry a pistol, but everybody looked like. Now I ain't gonna say that they brandished at all, but I am gonna say that it was like, how when you walk in a room and it's like, that they've been pre-prepared for you to come. So as I arrive, I come in, and the mayor's in the middle. It's a tight room. It's about a little bit smaller than the studio, and the mayor is sitting at the head of the table with her staff behind her. The black woman is like the most visible one, but then she's got the 2 white girls that are the body person and the doer. And then there's security in the hallway, and then around the table are news writers from, I want to say, Indigo, Chicago Citizen, the Chicago Crusader, Chicago News Weekly, the Chicago Defender. I saw our good friend Emma Young there as well. Those were the people that were there that I could name off of the top of my head. So, Riis, as I get in, there's a seat left in the back corner, and I'm going to sit down where Charles Edwards says, "Hey, Mace, why don't you sit at the table? Because I know you're going to have questions for the mayor." I was like, "However, did you mind?" But so, Riis, you know how somebody's talking, but it's a tight room. So as she's talking, I'm trying to get to my space, and you can kind of see, you can feel the heat. of people looking like, oh Lord, here you go. So right, so it's super tight. I squeeze up to the table, and it's like I'm trying to sit at a spot where I can see the mayor and make eye contact. Riis, while we were there, like initially, she was in the process of trying to destroy the other candidates, right? So that's where we enter. And it was odd because the mayor spent, what I would say is, if I had an opportunity with the black media like that, she spent a lot of time denigrating the other candidates in the race, right? So you know how you be like, somebody come in and you be like, they talk about everybody, and you be like, why don't you talk about you? She went down the list, and so she broke down everybody. And I can give you kind of a summary of kind of how she did that. So, and I'm going to just kind of go through it. She started out talking about Chuy Garcia and why he had never had, he was not qualified in all of the years that he had been in office. He never had any significant accomplishments. But then what I found odd was, right, because every time she talked, she never mentioned black people without black and brown until we got into the meat of it. But it was like she was playing to the racial politics of black and brown when she tried to describe why we shouldn't be supporting Chuy Garcia. She basically said when it was time for the map, he was trying to take black space away from black people. He was trying to take the map, and because they had more numbers and more people, that they were trying to steal the map. So she went into the same division that she talks about when she was talking to the media. And it's like a weird thing, because I'd be like, how are you saying this and in the same breath being like you want to bring all the people together and you calling me divisive? But it was clear that she understood the concerns of black people with Chuy Garcia being a mayor. And so in that meeting, she was very adamant about the fact that Chuy Garcia was about taking away black power politically in the space. And then she also talked about the fact that he had no significant legislative accomplishments. What I also found interesting was she highlighted his relationship with Victor Riis specifically, because she knew that Victor Riis in the black community has a very strong negative connotation. She also spoke negatively about Speaker Madigan and calling Chuy one of Speaker Madigan's essentially partners in trying to take away black power. So that was the first thing. And let's back up. Then she talked about Paul Vallis, who she called a racist, and really tried to highlight his connection to John Catanzara as making him a racist and for the police, etc. And then she went into, when he was the budget director, he was making false claims about the homicide rate, and she was trying to connect him to the homicide rate of the 90s, which I guess is odd because he wasn't the mayor. Now, she was saying that he was basically conflating the two by saying as the budget director, he funded police, but he funded the police. Oh, and she also called Chuy a chief defunder as well of police and was trying to run away police. Paul Vallis, racist, and because he claimed the budget director under the mayor under Daley, she directed the homicide rate to him. And I guess my thing is, Riis, you know how you hope people don't just take what she says and you listen to it? Like, he wasn't the mayor of the city of Chicago, but I'm not here to defend her. Right now, I'm just telling you what happened. They asked about Brandon Johnson. She basically called Brandon Johnson an inexperienced kid that was being directed by CTU, and that if he was the mayor, CTU would essentially run City Hall. She also said that their idea of the elected school board was stupid because it was the biggest in the world and it made no sense and it was 21 members, blah, 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 blah. But the thing I took away from the Brandon Johnson component was that she felt he was significantly inexperienced. She said that he wasn't the only black person to have a budget. She said, what have I done for the last 4 years? Willie Wilson, completely dismissive. Completely. Like, she was basically like, you can't possibly think that he has the ability to run a city or a business. And she basically said that she basically was like, come on, guys. Like, this is a joke, right? Like, she basically said that Willie Wilson, in spite of his credentials, in spite of what he's done, has given away his money and has been doing things and paying for it, but essentially was looking to buy the votes, but had absolutely no chance. And any support that you gave to Willie Wilson was, like, she was like, if you believe that Willie Wilson has any chance of being the mayor of Chicago, then you are really basically wasting your vote voting for him. I gotta tell you that so let's start with that. I think the mayor, in listening to the mayor, she really was highly critical of the men component of it, because I don't think she ever mentioned Sophia King. And I think she was really sticking with the other people. But she was very dismissive. And Riis, I gotta be honest with you, she had what I interpreted as a disdain for the men in the race. Like, you know how you talk about your opponents, but it was very much, and because it was a women-centered room, right, it was a lot of women in the room, I think it was easy for her to be dismissive of the men. I gotta tell you, I did take not offense. I did think that it was the way she talked about Willie Wilson, in my estimation, it just seemed that she was just very comfortable denigrating black men. Right? Like, there was a component of, and even how she referred to Brandon, very dismissive of black men, and I honestly wanted to talk about that, but I let that go. Okay. So Riis, throughout the conversation, after highlighting Chuy Garcia as trying to steal black power politically, she then proceeded to talk about black and brown, 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 black and brown. Now, I want to tell you all that this room, there was already about 10 to 12 people in the room, so it wasn't my meeting. I was invited to the meeting, and my concern in going to a meeting like that is, especially knowing all of the history, that I did not want to come off as the person that came in here just to pick at the mayor, etc. Right? There's a lot of inconsistencies in what she said throughout that conversation, and I probably could have disputed every point that she had. But Riis, you ever been to one of them things where it's like one person and they dominate the meeting, and then it's like everybody else can't get their questions in? And so I didn't really want to be that guy. Okay? Although I do feel like sometimes people invite me to the room because they want me to say stuff that they wouldn't ordinarily say, and then they can have the information and they can say it without getting in trouble, and then I get to be back in the back of the line again, and they be like, see, it was that Mays again. So I want y'all to understand my mentality. So I really only asked 2 questions, right? And as the mayor was talking, she kept saying black and brown. She kept saying black and brown, black and brown, black and brown. And at that point, I interjected and I said, Madam Mayor, I noticed that you continue to say black and brown. Do you believe that black interests and brown interests are in alignment? And with that, do you think you exacerbated that black and brown tension when the organizations that you funded during the pandemic attacked black people? That is the genesis of how we got here, right? To which she responds, that did not happen. I said, Madam Mayor, your Mike Rodriguez came on television and talked about the fact that these organizations have been a part of this. Sir, that did not happen. No, I will not accept that. That did not happen. How do I know? Because I saw it with my own eyes. I was like, ma'am, it was on TV. It was on the news. It was not the organizations that we funded. Madam Mayor, it is clearly documented that the money that you paid for street outreach went there. Let me tell you, that type of conversation is divisive and it is not helpful. But let me tell you what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you that, speaking of that, divisive is what you do. And I was like, pardon? She was like, when you come on your show and you say, I am more lesbian than black, that is divisive. That is I don't know if she called it misogynist. She says divisive. It is wrong. And I cannot believe that you should say that. And you need to apologize and say, I'm sorry for that. And I was like, well, I'm not apologizing for saying that. And it did happen. It did not happen. I was out there, and I know because I went out there and saw it with my own eyes. And therein, Riis, is where I believe we're never going to get a straight answer from the mayor, because how do I put this? Like, do y'all remember when Eddie Murphy said it wasn't me? Remember? And he was like, if you ever get caught, you lie. It wasn't me. I saw you. It wasn't me. And the mayor's strategy seems to be, it's not even just in denial. It is, I am going to recreate my own truth, and I'm going to tell it the way I want to tell the story. And if you tell a lie enough times, it becomes the truth. So, Riis, and then it's like, so you're sitting there and you're like, okay, guys, we know that this happened, right? Everybody acknowledged that this happened, and the mayor is literally telling us it did not happen. And then flips to, but you, Mays, are divisive, and I'm not going to let you get away with that. You say I'm more lesbian than black. And I was like, did you see yourself on City So Real? When you were, she was like, I was probably talking to an audience. I said, no, you were talking to your campaign team, and you said that I am the first openly out woman, gay, blah, 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 and you never mentioned your blackness. Then she turns to me and says, don't I look at me? Don't I look black? Look at me. I am black. And what I messed up on, Riis, is that's where I should have said, so what did you see when you were that black woman? What did you see when you saw Anjanette Young? And right then I wanted to be like, Riis, cue the commercial.
And I watched that video.
My name is Anjanette Young. What is going on? Chicago Police Sergeant Mark. Go.
You need to tell me what you're looking for. What are you looking for? Now, this case was litigated in federal court. The federal judge put in place an order. There's allegations that she has violated that. A federal judge put rules in place. It's for that judge to determine whether or not that was appropriate. I'm not going to sit here and second guess a federal judge or how the information related to that matter is handled. That's for that judge, who I know and is very competent, and I'm sure will be fair in assessing.
Oh my God, this cannot be right. How is this legal?
Because the COPA has not yet made a decision in 22 months on this.
I just, look, we got to fess up and we got to clean it up.
You have the wrong place. You got the wrong house. You got the wrong house.
We will and we must continue to say her name.
Now, Riis, had I had you there, I would have queued up the commercial and I would have hit it, right? And my expectation was, at some point in the room, So where I messed up in the conversation was I didn't go to Anjanette Young when she said, "Am I not a black woman? Look at me, look at," right? And I feel like right at that moment, I went to the City So Real clip when I should have went to the Anjanette Young clip. So I'm not going to say, I wouldn't say this wouldn't be considered a win, but what I would suggest is that she was able to spin out of it and deflect, and the conversation then went to, Mays, you called me more lesbian than black, and that is not helpful, and that is divisive. And, she was about to go, but I feel like she knew she was in a room of black people, so she couldn't go all the way down the list of misogyny and all of that stuff, right? But it was clear that at that point, Riis, the mayor, was prepared to say whatever sounded good in the conversation, right? Like, to me, that was the when that she was like, then she tried to say, oh, there was a little tension in North Lawndale, but I was out there. And I'm like, no, Riis, I remember meeting in the park. I remember all the brothers having to make moves and the young people saying it wasn't going to happen. Do y'all remember? I showed you the clips of the aldermen coming on, both a Latino and a black alderman suggesting this, and it all came from the Susan Lee scenario. Okay, so that was that. The questions continue. The questions continue until the question of Wadsworth Elementary comes up. And Riis, someone asked the mayor about Wadsworth Elementary and bringing the migrants there. Riis, the mayor said that the people in the community were not upset about the migrants coming to their neighborhood. They were upset about the resources that migrants got, but they didn't. And so what we did, according to the mayor, is we stood up $10 million in home loans and services for the residents. But what I found odd was, not odd, but funny was, she then blamed the migrants on the aldermen. Right? She said, this is what she did. She said, what I found when I went to Wadsworth Elementary was that the people were upset about the resources that were not happening. They were upset because their streets weren't paved. They were upset about lighting, right, at the school. And so essentially, then she says, each alderman has $1.5 million. And I said to them, well, that's your alderman's fault that you don't have lights on the street, that your street isn't repaired. Let's back up. What she did not highlight is that to pave a street in the city of Chicago, one block, you know how much it costs? $100,000. So Riis, if I got 10 blocks, that's my menu. 15 blocks, that's my menu. If I want to put a street light up, it's going to cost me $15,000, right? So what she tried to do was put it back on the alderman and say that people weren't upset because the migrants were coming. They were upset because their neighborhoods were under-resourced, and because each alderman had $1.5 million that they were upset. Now, let me tell you what else, though, we learned in that conversation. We learned that, remember the Young Women's School for Leadership? Remember the Southside School where it was the Young Women's School for Leadership? That is a migrant shelter. Did you realize that in the 21st Ward, they have a migrant shelter that they are standing up? That the mayor literally said in the meeting that all of the shelter space in the city of Chicago is gone. And so she is now that there are other migrant shelters that are all throughout the city already. We just haven't heard anything about them. But here was the kicker, Riis. She also said that at Wadsworth, she spun the migrant issue away from the people on the buses and turned it into the people from Africa and Haiti being housed there at these migrant shelters. So essentially she said, we are protesting because we think it's the people from Peru or that are coming off the buses, when realistically they are Haitian and African migrants that are coming. Now, Riis, I don't know that that's the case. And so all the people at Wadsworth understand that when she was talking to black media, she told us that the people that she was fighting for were not just the migrants on the buses, but that the Haitians and the African diaspora people would be put in those places as well. Now, we all know that the Haitians and the Africans that's coming from the diaspora ain't coming crossing the border with no place to go. Usually they come in and they got a family or a community or something like that, right? And then she also said that those shelters are also for Chicago homeless as well. Now, Riis, that's what she's telling the black media. But so the people at Wadsworth, you need to be documenting, and black media, we need to be following up on whether those shelters are for migrant Haitians and Africans. Okay. At which point, Riis, I then asked my next question, which was, Madam Mayor, do you support the right of undocumented and migrants to vote in municipal elections? That's the question, Riis. And so what I want to do is take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll continue this conversation, because we'll talk about where the mayor stood on the right of undocumented to vote. And then we'll talk about her response when she asked, would Chicagoans get reparations? Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Elect Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago. Crime is out of control. Parents are frightened for their children. Downtown and our neighborhoods are at risk. Even gas stations are targets. We will fight back to protect our community. Elect Willie Wilson for mayor.
If you're a business professional, have you ever wanted to multitask on your way to an important meeting instead of navigating through traffic? Fellowship Fleet Limousine and Bus Company is your solution for chauffeured ground transportation. Our company provides sedans, SUVs, stretch limousines, vans, and buses for corporate travel, airport transfers, and group shuttles. If you're a corporate travel manager, individual business professional, event or meeting planner, relax. Let us take the wheel. Visit fellowshipfleet.com to book right now.
I've never been lucky at love, no never. I've never been good at holding on. A heart broken so many 10-carat diamond ring. Baby, baby. All right. Woo. I'm looking for a lover for me. Looking for a lover. Could it be you? And it's all. Baby, it's all right. Looking for forever for me. I'm looking for forever. For me. For me. All right. Hey. I'm looking for a lover for me. I'm looking, still looking. And it's all right. All right.
Back to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Mays said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more in the black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets where hood legends DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruling Riis. I am recounting what happened with the mayor yesterday. Yesterday, in case you did not know, I was invited to a black media roundtable in which it was an opportunity for the mayor to talk to black media outlets. Let me say that after the mayor spent a significant amount of time trying, in my estimation, to highlight how Chuy Garcia was trying to dismantle black power, she then leaned very strongly into every time, except for when she was, aren't I black, into the black and brown conversation. So as we were talking about the migrant shelters, I thought it was a unique opportunity to ask the mayor where she stood on the right of undocumented immigrants to vote. Then I also said, because then Riis, she tried to break it down and say, well, we have to recognize that we're talking about two different people, two different groups. She said you have to recognize that migrants are here legally as compared to undocumented. So in my estimation, she made a distinction between undocumented immigrants and migrants, right? Which to me was one of those situations where she said you can't mix the two, so she said, and let me, can I say something to our audience, which I found out that I have communicated wrong. Undocumented immigrants cannot vote in the local school, cannot vote in the school board, the citywide school board elections. But they can vote in the local school council elections. The mayor was adamant about making the distinction between undocumented immigrants and the and the migrants who she stressed were here legally. Now, the reason in my estimation, Riis, and she wouldn't say it openly, is because those migrant votes, that the people that are here legally, if they could vote and I gave you food, clothing, and shelter, guess who I'm voting for?
I gave you food, clothing, and shelter.
Now, I want you to take a look. Do y'all remember me telling y'all last week you need to watch The Gangs of New York? Now, don't go thinking you're going to see warriors come out and play. The Gangs of New York is about Tammany Hall, and it's about migrants, and it is about the Irish and the natives and the fight for power, right? And clearly what I saw, Riis, was the same play, which is I'm going to feed, clothe, and shelter the migrants. Undocumented immigrants came here with their own plan. They went to their own people. They made a way. But the migrants came and they come into my arms and I welcome you into my bosom. And so if I am a mayor and I've got 10,000 of them, I would not discourage them to vote because they would be like, Mayor Lori Lightfoot, thank you for saving me. So she was very clear to make the distinction. Now, I pressed on the issue. I was like, you have to make sure that we're talking about these are two things. You can't conflate them. And really, you can. Should people who are not citizens be able to vote? And the fact that she leaned into the fact that there was a difference between undocumented and migrants. And then after watching The Gangs of New York, you realize how Tammany Hall used to wait for the migrants to come off the boat and they would give them food and put them in slums or whatever, but they had nowhere to go. Let me back up and tell you that the mayor also said that the community was not bothered by the migrants. And people asked, well, do you think there will be conflicts in the neighborhoods? And she was like, no. The reality is that the people in in Woodlawn aren't bothered by the migrants. They're bothered by the lack of resources that they haven't gotten. And so once again, she put it on the mayor, and then she put it on the alderman. Then they asked her, well, Madam Mayor, why don't you help any of the people like Inglewood, Barbie, etc., who are out here feeding and helping our homeless? And you know what she said, Riis? That's on your alderman because we gave your alderman $100,000 in micro grants. What she also did, right, was suggest that most black organizations were not capable of managing their own money. So she gave the money. She wants to work with the Chicago Community Trust to fund small neighborhood organizations who she doesn't believe have the capability to manage the money, where they don't have to worry about the money. They just need to worry about doing the service. Now, Riis, what that essentially means is how all of our warriors became on the payroll of the Latinos, and it's what got us jammed up earlier, right? So if Metropolitan Family Services and all of the organizations that are the master agencies get the money, and then they become the delegate agency, and then they then go out and say, okay, Riis, we'll help you, we'll give you money, we'll give ECCSC money. She didn't say that, right? But essentially, we don't believe that Tyrone and Tracy and ECCSC can hire an accountant. They can't manage the money, so we'll put you with a white organization, and then you can go do the work. You have to pay them an administration fee to handle your money, to parcel it out to you. Now, there was a time in Chicago when that happened where they said they would call them fiscal agents. But now the biggest fiscal agent on the South Side for years, when Mr. Henry English was alive, was the Black United Fund of Illinois, right? And Mr. English went through all types of hell and high water. I remember when I was a lobbyist, and white organizations worked very hard because there was so much social service money going to the black community. And Mr. English would be like, well, you ain't gonna pay the white boys to manage it. When we have accountants, we have lawyers, we have doctors, we can manage the money. And so Buffy, the Black United Fund of Illinois, was the fiscal agent for most of the South Side agencies. So we kept the money in the universe. I don't know what happened to that, but now they now have white agencies that are now and Latino agencies that are the delegate agency, where the money goes, and then they put the black people on payroll, but they still cut the check, and they get a cut of their money. The mayor said that most of the community-based organizations did not have the ability to manage the money. And Riis, the reality is that is the same mentality that most of the white folks have, which is you can't get them Negroes no money because they'll mess it up. So we'll manage your money and we'll give it back to you. Riis, I didn't get the sense that she had a real understanding of black people. And I did not get the sense that she, you know how somebody thinks they're smarter than black people? Like, I got the sense that she thought she was smarter than everybody, and like none of the black people, we was just a bunch of Negroes who, that's kind of how I took it, right? Because she says, you have to understand. Now, imagine being in a room full of black people who own businesses and telling them that they can't manage their own money. Because you had the reporters, but you had the publishers there. So we're going to give your money to white agencies who will then parcel it back out. And then let me back up. She then said that she gave each alderman $100,000 in micro grants that they could give to people. So you got $100,000, Riis. You see Inglewood Barbie is putting people in hotels, giving her $10,000. And what did I tell you about how you control activists? I used to tell you all the time, give them money, but give them less than they actually need so that they spend more time chasing the money than they do doing the service, so they never hurt you. And then they move into to that space. Now, one of the things I got to say is, I got a question is, who are our black fiscal agents? Because if the mayor is delegating this money and she's giving it to white folks to give back to us to pass us salaries, and they get a cut off of that, we got to get at least at a minimum, get our own delegate agencies. Now, Riis, it is at this point. Oh, and back up. She said the aldermen got $100,000 micro grants to award to community organizations in the neighborhoods. where they could give out small loans to small people, etc. And it was very not holistic. So basically, when the mayor needed to pass the budget, she couldn't do it. She basically gave every alderman $100,000, and a lot of people said we ain't gonna take that money because it's really a payoff, and we ain't voting for your budget. Right? So imagine if I come to you and say, Riis, I need your vote. I'm gonna give you $100,000 extra money that you can go out and give around in your community the year before an election. So you can walk around and award people $10,000, $5,000, $1,000, etc. And she said, and you know what? There were aldermen who rejected that money. And you want me to give you a list of their names? I'll give you a list of their names. And my thing was, she was throwing aldermen under the bus in private. Like in public, we all love, but she was literally throwing them under the bus. And she was like, this alderman, and so that was another moment where I was just like, wow. Because I felt like if any of the aldermen were there and they heard her talking like that, they would be like, really? You'd be like, it'd be your own people? It'd be your own people. All right, so that was that point. Then, Riis, the question of reparations came up. Let's back up. I'm going to skip the reparations real quick. I'm going to come back to reparations. Then, in the Woodlawn, so part of what Wadsworth, she said was, part of what she learned with Wadsworth was, and the community benefits meetings with the Obama Center, again, was the need of resources. At which point, Riis, in the meeting, we found out that what we all knew, that the Obama Presidential Center is not, this is from her own mouth,
remember you saying that,
is not the Presidential Library. And I'm telling y'all now, the Presidential Library is going to be in Hawaii.
You've been saying that, so if it happened, I can see you now.
She literally said, the Obama, because I think one of the publishers asked her about, because she tried to lean on the community involvement process in Woodlawn by talking about the Obama Center information. And people's like, hold on, we didn't get a community benefits agreement from the Obama Center. And we didn't like how that worked out. And so the things that you learned from that really ain't helpful to us. Like, it was like people was making connections, at which point, Riis, she admitted in the meeting that we done lost all that access for what is essentially, dig this, Riis, the Obama Chicago Public Library. So we spent all of this money, city, state, and county money, to build the Obama Center, which is not the official presidential library. So if it's not the official presidential library, what exactly is it? Riis, it is a highfalutin CPS library that she said Rahm Emanuel, because they needed it to be a library, they added a Chicago public library to it so that they could officially call it a library. But the Obama Center will not house the official presidential documents. It will not. We knew this. Then she said, well, they'll do a digital version. Right. So I'm going to give you, so they're going to make it full of NFTs? It's going to be an NFT museum? Riis. So basically what it is a glorified park in the library that Obama snuckered us out of $200 million for. And then we're going to look up in 5 years and they're going to be building the official one in Hawaii. Riis. He grew up in Hawaii.
I mean, that's what I said.
Right, but don't sell it to us as this is the official. Like I'm selling you, Riis, they're giving us a knock They gave us a Pui Vuitton.
Not a Pui.
A Pui Vuitton.
No Louis.
No Louis. Riis, it was then that the question came.
What's in it for the black people?
No, we didn't even get to what's in it for the black people.
We didn't even get to that.
I mean, because after listening to after listening, that question was pointless. Well, when you heard the answer to this question, then I knew asking what's in it for the black people was there was no reason for me to even do it. Riis, they asked Madam Mayor, do you support reparations for Black Chicago? And she had an answer, Riis. And it was at that point, Riis, when she answered the question about reparations, that I knew that there was no reason for me to ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Although I did have my hoodie on. You want to know what she said? Madam Mayor, the gentleman Eric at the front of the table says, Madam Mayor, do you support reparations for Black Chicago? Riis. Her response was so amazing that I think people didn't know what to say. You want to know what she said?
What'd she say?
The mayor's answer to reparations was, you know what, let's take a quick break. And we'll be back and we'll tell them what the answer. Y'all want to know what the mayor's answer was? Well, let's take a quick break. Hold on, but before we do that, Riis, let me do this real quick. Turn me on in the switcher. Turn me up in the switcher.
Elect Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago, increasing the police force, putting armed officers on the CTA, ensuring the police can lawfully chase criminals without prosecution. Take the handcuffs off the police and put them on the criminals. Elect Willie Wilson for mayor.
It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Disney on Ice presents Frozen and Encanto in one exciting family experience. Sing along with Anna and Elsa in wintry Arendelle. And celebrate the power of love, y familia, with Mirabel and Bruno in the show everyone will be talking about, live in your hometown. Playing Chicagoland from January 19th through February 5th. Free parking with ticket purchase. Visit DisneyOnIce.com today.
Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Riis the Ruler, Maze Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding. So go on, make my payments high, 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 high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high, 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 high. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it high, 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 high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high, 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 high. Look, hey, check it out. First drug lord was President Nixon. Oval Office was the trap house where he was tipping. Got the drugs from Nicaragua and gave us crack. Declared war on blacks. Man, tell him to cut the check and tried to make it seem like a revolution. CIA was the corner boys for distribution. We could tear this country in half for retribution. But I'd rather get some restitution, so tell him to cut the check. John Singleton, man, he already told y'all. He broke it down for you when he made Snowfall. They locked us all up. up and created whole laws. So send a message like a cold call, tell them to cut the check. Look, we built this city, put this country together and gave them hella aid. Lot of blood, sweat, and tears over 400 years. Been punching the clock, but yeah, we still ain't got paid. Look, they paying the immigrants, they paid the Jews. Executive orders, man, they made the rules. I want my 40 acres, you can save the mule. Cause as of right now, we getting played for the fool. Look, for sterilization, Tuskegee experiment, Rosewood, Japanese internment. Come on. Was all paid out from the government. We waiting on our turn, we definitely earned it. So make my payment high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Not no stimulus checks, just run the bread, make it high.
Yeah. You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Before we went to break, Riis was describing the meeting yesterday with the Black Media Roundtable. Mayor Lori Lightfoot, she sat down. I think we found out that the Obama Center was what I said. What's my name?
The Macedonians, you said, because it was built how? They usually keep stuff that's built with brick, you said? Mm-hmm. So they threw that thing up there in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, y'all getting a glorified the Obama Public Library. It's not where it will not house the records. But Riis, sometimes I try to find context to ask, to get an answer to what's in it for the black people. Riis, Eric asked the mayor, and I'm paraphrasing, do you support reparations for Black Chicago? And Riis, the mayor, gave an answer that was so amazing that it was no need for me to ask the question, what's in it for the black people? The mayor said, you want to know what reparations is for black people? She said, invest Southwest. Riis, the question was, Mayor, do you support reparations for black people? And her answer was, invest Southwest. Riis, I decided I'm going to play this video unwatched so you can see what reparations really looks like through the mayor's eyes. Turn the volume up on the computer and bear with us as we play this video so that you can understand that this is reparations. Chicago, you have, Black Chicago, you got your reparations according to the mayor. Turn up the volume, pump up the volume.
We have to see the city as something that includes neighborhoods south of Roosevelt Road and west of Ashland. The flawed economic theory that if we keep making the same old crowd rich, a couple of pennies might roll to Brownsville or Austin or Roseland or North Lawndale. They had 30 years to test their theory of economic development. And what happened to our neighborhoods over that time period?
You live in Rogers Park. Thank you.
Starved.
We? Who is we?
I'd like to welcome everybody here on behalf of Mayor Lori Lightfoot.
That is the deputy director of the reparations movement.
Important that everyone here know that we're not here just to plan. We're here to do.
a dramatic surge in cases of that deadly mystery virus.
Little did we know when this program first started what we would be facing a few months in. The pandemic, the economic crisis, civil unrest. Through all of that, our team worked tirelessly to keep this program on course.
We set out to catalyze private investment on top of what we could do ourselves. And to date, private and philanthropic partners have committed $300 million additional dollars for this project. We've laid the foundation, and as we move into our second year, we're going full steam ahead. For the last 2 years, Invest Southwest has brought transformative, visible changes to our South and West Side communities, totaling, to date, $1.4 billion in investment in public, private, and philanthropic contributions.
And it's given those of us outside of government the opportunity to work with the public sector to strengthen our city.
We have actually deployed public funds in a way that has generated a multiplier of private and philanthropic capital.
I don't know the mayor. We put this coalition together with merit, and that reached her desk.
Our job was to match opportunity with...
I want y'all to see y'all reparations beneficiaries.
It's the first time in the history of the city that there's an initiative that promotes minority developers like myself coming together to say, here's what we want to put in this particular community if we have the resources. Sets the game apart.
Other mayors have believed in minority participation, but this is the first time
minority
in our city's
reparations
history that a mayor believed in Latino and minority and black and brown leadership.
It matters who's on the fifth floor.
I came in the door talking.
Mayor believed in Latino and minority and black and brown leadership. Time in our city's history that a mayor believed in Latino and minority and black and brown leadership. Time in our city's history that a mayor believed in Latino and minority and black and brown leadership.
It matters who's on the fifth floor.
I came in the door talking about equity and inclusion. It's meaningless if it doesn't have concrete ways in which people can see, feel, and touch it.
We look forward to opening this new advanced outpatient center in Bronzeville, which is our latest, but certainly won't be our last, initiative to advance health equity and wellness.
The way that this is impacting folks on the ground is that they're starting to see that the next chapter of their neighborhood is under construction.
For people who have lived in this community for so long, they're excited about what their community feels like. It's not just one standalone restaurant, it becomes a community movement.
I remember where we were before this, and I finally feel that there is an open line of communication between the city in general and the community.
You can't go in the community and think you know. You have to go in the community and listen to what the people who are here know.
We spent the last couple of years of the Invest Southwest program listening really well to help design the kinds of improvements that we've worked together with communities on to identify, to try out, and then to make a long-term part of the landscape of their neighborhood.
We have a voice in what's happening in our communities. This is the way to do it, for us and by us.
Resources have a wonderful way of following vision, and the communities already have their plans. They just need our help in getting them to the finish line.
When you think about commercial corridors and what they mean to communities, you think about the retail and the restaurants and the vibrancy of the arts and culture. And for me, it's really about who sees the space and how they're inspired.
We're here for the long play. So we're making investments today and getting shovels in the ground that will bear fruit for decades.
It's been an investment in the future of every one of these communities and neighborhoods that haven't seen any of this stuff before.
We can see change happening in Chicago.
Those developments are breaking ground, under construction, and soon will be cutting ribbons and people will be moving in. That's my favorite part. It's actual people moving into actual homes that they can afford in the communities where they want to live.
This pivotal project is a turning point, not just for this block, not just for this community, but for the city as a whole.
This is just an exciting time for the community.
It's up to us as developers to really put legs to that vision and to bring it to fruition. It can be done. It's not about one deal. It's not about one developer. It's not about one community. This is about the entire city, building by building, project by project, partnership by partnership. We can really make a difference that outlives each and every one of us.
We're not done yet. We're going to keep rolling up our sleeves and doing the work because this is the right thing to do in this moment for us to make sure that the entirety of our city gets to prosper. That must be our ambition and our goal in this great city.
You got your reparations. Now, we're not going to go to the Chicago Tribune story that says that almost all of the projects, and have not been completed. There was an analysis of Invest Southwest. And I guess maybe, looking at that video, Riis, Celine, I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't be so hypercritical. I know Tennille always highlights the Invest Southwest. Black Chicago, we got our reparations according to the mayor. Is Invest Southwest good enough for they say Mayor Lightfoot's, but here's what the Tribune says. Now, I know we don't be sweating the Tribune, but Mayor Lightfoot's signature Invest Southwest program is 3 years old, but some of its biggest projects were already planned when she took office. Let's go back, because there's another story where a lot of the people, some of the people that you saw, hold on.
Experience the beauty and wonder of Starved Rock.
Turn that down.
Right, yeah, I don't think that was it.
Yep, but I do want to point something out that I think that you all should see
to learn
and get ready. Here you go, Riis. So,
Splash today, breaking ground on a new $43 million development in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood on the city's south side.
This was August 24th, and it was the first one. The first groundbreaking.
The mixed-use affordable housing project will be built at 79th and Halsted, once a thriving hub. The project is part of the city's Invest Southwest initiative, designed to bring new life to the city's south and west side.
First project.
And here to talk about the first project in the initiative is Chicago's Planning and Development Commissioner, Maurice Cox. Commissioner Cox, welcome to Chicago tonight. So the rundown on this development, $43 million, city land donated, $18 million in TIF funds, and then $18 million in low-income tax credits. How did this project come to be?
Riis. Invest Southwest. Wait, do I have? Let me go back, because didn't we just do a video last week about Invest Southwest and the first project that was completed? Did you see this? What they say about the Latino? Was we supposed to be passing out Latino reparations too, Riis, at the same time? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-74, because I recall just recently doing.
What they need reparations for? What they do?
Hold on, Riis. Wait, what you? Ain't you trying to?
Man, I promise you, I am bubbling in Hispanic every time I do it. I do anything now. That's who getting all the money. I see my name coincide with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm bubbling in Hispanic from now on. Yeah.
Come on, open up the thing.
She is passionate about something.
Yeah. Little names.
No stranger to trailblazing as the first Black woman and first openly LGBTQ mayor of Chicago. And just as you heard Daniel speak, when she heard the call, sometimes you can, keep going about your business, or you respond to that call, and that's what they did. So, Mayor Lightfoot.
Invest Southwest.
So what Anna really means is this. She and Daniel conspired starting back in 2021. And anybody who knows Anna, when she is passionate about something, she is unstoppable. And she's extraordinarily passionate about this project, and rightfully so. And so she started engaging with my office and my team to make sure that we understood the power of Poder, the incredible work that was being done. And as I said to Daniel walking in, now more than ever, we need these kinds of spaces and resources to make sure that our immigrant community has everything that they need to be supported in our welcoming city. Thoughts and words are not enough. We must live our values through concrete, tangible ways. So thank you, Anna and the team, for your passion. Thank you, Daniel, for bringing this project to our attention. And we are thrilled to have played a role in making the 2.75 investment through our Community Development Grant Program, which I'll talk about in a minute, to help make this vision, but importantly, not just a building, it's the resources. It's a place that, as Daniel described in his incredibly powerful statements, a place that people feel like is their own, that they have a stake in their own future, and that they have the ability with the resources that are provided to turn their life into something that is powerful. It's building wealth. It's about passing that wealth on to their families and really uplifting the quality of life for everyone. That is the power of this kind of investment. And we're happy to be partners on this journey with Poder, with all of the staff, and importantly, the people of this and other communities that are going to be well served by this investment. Now, you've heard, of course, but going back to 1983, when our former mayor, Harold Washington, signed an executive order making Chicago a welcoming city. That has evolved and changed over the years. But I think we are seeing manifest the vision that Harold Washington had, even in those early days, of what we must do to make sure that we are welcoming for people coming from all over the world. Of course, people coming from Central and South America. But in these last few months, we've seen people coming from Haiti, from other parts of the Bahamas, and see the number of people that are coming from the continent of Africa. And we must rise to the occasion. We must never, ever, ever shirk our responsibilities to make sure that we open up our arms and our hearts and our resources to help people that are coming to this city. It is the only right thing to do. And as long as I am mayor, we're always going to stand on the side of migrants and immigrants that come to this city from all across the world to make this beautiful city their home, just as we have. This investment today is part of an ongoing investment in the people of our city, particularly across the south, southwest, and west sides. And I'm thrilled to say that this is the very first community development grant project to actually have a ribbon cutting, and it's fitting that it's happening here in Gage Park. So congratulations on that as well. And as you can clap for that. And as a personal point of pride, I'd like to mention that one of the rising stars in my administration is
Invest Southwest. Reparations. The first program that they spent, the first ribbon cutting that they've stood up is Poder, Latino Power. And it was just ironic to me to be sitting in a room full of black media, right, Riis, as there used to be 12 black papers, now there's 5. As I was looking at us, and as she had the ability to come and sit in our space, you know, and Riis, so having all of these videos and all of this stuff playing in my head, what I recognize is that unless you can cue up the tape, like us having a conversation without having the evidence, she's gonna just not tell the truth. Riis, can you ever seen somebody could just not, and like they get out the room? Right? It's like, I'm going to tell you not the truth. She just was like, that didn't happen. Like when she said, think about the gravity of saying that the Latino assaults didn't happen.
Isn't she a lawyer? Like, isn't she a lawyer by like profession?
And she got busted for lying too.
You know,
reprimanded.
Think, man, it's not what you.
It's what you could prove, Riis, and that's how she operated yesterday. Right? It's like, I'm going to say anything because there's nobody who could pull the tape. Right. So I could be like, Riis, like if I would have, right? And it's like, but if I'm sitting in this meeting with all of these black media publishers, etc., it wasn't my meeting to dominate. Do you know what I mean? And it wasn't my place to try and override a place that I was invited to, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? So, like, it's like you see her lying, but you can't really, it's like, who gonna check me, boo? And the reality was, Riis, when she said that reparations was Invest Southwest, that is what reparations looks like for you Negroes, essentially. I knew that we had a disconnect. Like, I knew that, you know, like when you just say, you just can't say that, sis. Like, you know, like it's certain things you just don't say. Like, I don't know, like, you know, the answer is we got a committee. I'm leaving that up to Alderman Coleman and Alderman Vasquez to do it. But do you understand how, with Alderman Vasquez on the reparations committee, how that could work for us? Riis, I was honored to be invited to. So let me back up. I felt honored to be invited by Black media. Because I think there's been a concerted effort to not invite me to stuff, right? But having been in the room yesterday and watching the mayor spin, lie, and get out of everything because we didn't. Yeah, man. It was one of those things. And I got to tell you, the other part is, Riis, she talks down to us. Like, she did not, it was very clear to me that she looked at everybody in the room as beneath her. Right? And it felt to me very much like we should be honored that she is in our presence. And then it was funny because, well, I can't go into the rest of it, but you know when the white people that work with the black people, but they used to talking to black people any old kind of way, like it's a black boss. So they honor the black boss, but they used to talking to black people any old kind of way and look at us crazy and be like, we should be, right? It was a very much, I don't feel like she met us. Riis, I just don't believe she has respect for black people. Black men especially. But I think that she sees herself as separate and above us. And that was my takeaway yesterday. I think she looked at, coming out of that meeting, I felt like she looked at the black media as a necessary evil. Like, I feel like she's going to treat black media the same way she treated Willie Wilson. Right? I need y'all to get me to the dance because I know I need black votes, but I really don't F with y'all like that. It was very, very, very disconcerting. And I think it's crazy to me that she's pushing Latinos when they're all turned against her. We got caller on the line? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Invest Southwest. The biggest takeaway I got yesterday was the mayor, beyond her arrogance towards black people, was she believes that Invest Southwest is reparations. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Or y'all want to talk about chicken nuggets. Caller, it's the Maze Jackson Show. What up?
Shalom, Haki.
What up, King?
Yeah, they're going to have some issues on 79th and Halsted. I can tell you that right now. Your boy Tory Barrett, Cornelius Griggs, David Block, I just text you the information. So you telling me Evergreen, European developers, Evergreen Real Estate got my reparations? Did you hear that out her mouth before I run? You know I'm going to send a series of emails, group text messages. I just want to be clear. I ain't making no bearing false witness and lying on nobody. This lady say Southwest South is our reparations because I wasn't in the room.
She did say, so here's what I'm going to say. She definitely said that reparations is Invest Southwest. Now, I ain't gonna trip on Griggs. I'm not gonna trip on Tory. But if we
I'm tripping on, so I'm not sure they ain't answering my call. You ain't got to say. I'm talking about what I'm saying. I hope they listening.
Fam, you ain't gotta
I
stop.
said it. Bob Israel.
King.
I ain't tapping on you. I'm just telling you. Because they already pulled a bogus move.
So this is where I'm at.
I'm sorry. I humbly apologize, but I hope they listen. I'm finna text them.
I don't think so. Let me say this, right? And this is my premise. I don't know that the black folks, like, I don't think that it comes. I feel like the mayor gives our reparations, and then we gotta ask to get a piece of the reparations from the white boy. I don't think it goes to the black people, and then the black people say, okay, we gonna give it to the white boy. I think that they, just like she told, let me just be clear, just like she told, I don't believe that she sees black people as capable. Just like she sat there and said that ain't no black community organizations that are able to handle the money. So in my mind, the mayor is one of those people that believes that black people can't do it on their own. Black people they gotta have somebody white to supervise them. You take it how you want, but she did say that reparations was Invest Southwest. And I think that everybody in the room was like, are you serious? Are you serious? And then I think when you listen to that video, when we played it from the Invest Southwest video, where the Latino guy said, never has a mayor invested like this, and he named everybody, and then the black people was last, and then you make that correlation, it's like her story, like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, her story does not really match what she's saying. She can come and say to us, and my thing would be like, ma'am, if reparations is that, then give Tory and Cornelius that whole project and let them pass out the money and screw Evergreen. I feel you, ma'am, but I also feel like we know that the mayor is one of them people like that's not gonna let black people be successful as black people, because she doesn't see black people as capable. She thinks she's the capable one, and all the rest of us are a bunch of dumb Negroes. But I appreciate your call, King. Yes, she did say our reparations was Invest Southwest.
But I heard the brother calling to your show one day, all calm and collect. Where has the mayor ever did right? All the time he was trying to speak up for. And just for his listening, he off 75th Street. It ain't 79th. He ain't off 79th Street. I'm going to hang up and listen. Shalom.
So that's King Israel. Hey, Riis, am I crazy to hear the mayor say Invest Southwest is reparations? Salim. Right? Because this is me. Like, I feel like I can't be saying everything because I say everything. And then it's like I feel like our people just don't be knowing. And so it's like, I do think that the whole premise that King just said, though, about our reparations, and if she's calling Invest Southwest reparations, she ain't no different than when the reparations committee was put together. And they said that they could put slave masters on the team and told them to chill on out. Remember the letter? I feel like the mayor is the same way. What in my estimation, we know that this city is rigged. What I have come to, the fact is, I'm through trying to beat down black people who trying to make it in a place, who are trying to be successful in spite of our own people working against them. So I don't think I'm upset with Tory and Griggs. I mean, they got to do their thing. Like, Tory's trying to climb. He's trying to build buildings. He's trying to become he's a developer. But when they say you can't eat unless you feed, dude, do you not eat? Or do we now empower them to be able to stand up? The beef ain't Tory and them. The beef would be the mayor and Evergreen. But then you also got to talk about access to capital. That's why I was telling you, like, these Invest Southwest, that's why we got the restaurants. You know why we can complete the restaurants? Because the restaurants don't take $200 million. The restaurants can be done local. But when you want to access that 56 or 75 million, it ain't that many black people with the finance to do it. And then if the mayor say, Y'all little guys can't have y'all own money. Y'all ain't smart enough to hire an accountant. Riis, imagine sitting there in a meeting with all of these black business owners and you tell them that and she's saying it like, yo, you know that these black people can't handle their business. So we have to give them, don't you worry your pretty little head about reading and writing. You just get out there and go do the violence interruption and we'll pay you. So you essentially got your own thing. Why don't you do the training to make sure that they are fiscally solid? Callers, is anybody on the line? Invest Southwest. That's your reparations. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Hey, Maze, this is Miko again.
What up, Miko?
Hey, listen. I'm emotionally exhausted right now. So let's put all the emotions aside. For real. And let's do this. Let's set up meetings with the other viable candidates. I said viable. Yes, I did. And let's have a conversation on what they got for our black people. Freedom and ADOS. So all the emotions about it, so done with that. We want to talk about tangibles and let's get to work. And then the other black media wants to come, let them come. All of them did something in the past, just about. Okay? And the message is so off point, basically. But let's set up meetings with real viable candidates and see what they talking to us about when it comes to economics. All the rest of that, I'm so done. And I don't know why I expected something different. But I am so done at this point. Like, I am so like, sis, are you serious? Listen, can you do that? Could you call the Paul Dallases and Willie Wilsons and whoever that we pretty much looking at the numbers seeing as viable candidates? Listen, I'm serious. Let's get in front of it now. All the rest of that stuff, I'm not even trying to hear. I don't know why I expected something different. I'm just done at this point.
Man, Invest Southwest is your reparation. She told it to us. She said, please, if I misquoted that, please, somebody correct me. But when the mayor said, and then that whole premise of the fiscal agent, Riis, I truly got from the mayor that she thinks less of us. Like, honestly, like no BS. You know, like that woman thing, like when she talks about the Anjanette and that woman and all of those things, Riis, right? Like, Riis, I think she looks at us as like, what's old boy? Samuel, what's his name from Django? Like, and I'm not calling her that. What I am saying is, Riis, she believes the worst of us, about the worst of us. When she said y'all can't manage the money, she basically wanted us to be indentured servants to people that she feels comfortable with. For all the times that I knew on the South Side, the black fiscal agent was Black United Fund of Illinois. Henry English made sure that black people got their money, that they were not barred from getting opportunities, and then they took that building and they warehoused those companies in the building. Where is the black fiscal agent? Who are the capable black people amongst us? And Riis, I think her cabinet is reflective of that. And I must be honest that yesterday's meeting with the mayor, I felt like we were a necessary evil. Now, I don't expect to get any advertising dollars from her, etc. But I must tell you that the expectation is that we should be grateful for her. I don't think she takes the same attitude when she goes to white folks. And I hope that the audio from that editorial board gets released. I know it was recorded. I'm sure that every media outlet will report on it. I think that they'll report on it from different positions. I think the mayor has an advantage with black women. But I really wish yesterday I could have played the Anjanette Young commercial. Because I think when you listen to her response, then it puts the rest of this conversation in perspective, if that makes sense. Invest Southwest is your reparations, Black Chicago. Now, I think reparations should be handed out nationally. But I gotta tell you, this mayor, from my humble opinion, looks at us like she looks at Willie Wilson. Unless you work at one of the top law firms, unless you one of the qualified black people that she thinks of you as Willie Wilson. And I think that the next election cycle, we will be Willie Wilson. Reparations in Chicago was Invest Southwest. Riis, I don't know if I got much more than that. And I don't know, do y'all think is Invest Southwest enough? Salim, did you see I'm sure you probably heard the tape. Forget your acres, forget your mule. Invest Southwest. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question. Well, we asked it yesterday on the show. We didn't ask the mayor because when she said Invest Southwest, Riis, I almost wanted to pack my joint up. Like, you know how you be like, well, I should apologize. Y'all got Invest Southwest. I know a lot of y'all are happy about it. But how many people really, how did that raise up our community? And we cutting everybody in on that. You heard my man say, I want y'all to say, y'all, congratulations, reparations, you paid for Latino power. Interesting. I don't know, man. Any thoughts, Riis, before we get up out of here?
No, man, you already know. I don't believe.
Dejuan.
I don't believe I don't believe that I don't believe that African Americans would receive reparations, but us, the Latinos, I appreciate the Memphis. nah, man, I'm trying to jump ship and get the money, but no, like I said, I'm used to it. I don't believe that black people will ever get, reparations in our time. The only thing that we can do is that we can just, start now and try to set something in place that like maybe 3-4 generations, we can have some form of payment, like if they working and they get like an extra something. But we will never ever see reparations. The only thing that we can do is just keep setting it to when it's gonna like eventually hit. But we can't think that we're going to receive it. We have to just plan for our great-grandchildren to eventually receive it.
Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? The mayor told us yesterday.
Southwest.
Invest Southwest. Cause Salim, how that working out for you? Man, she been working with Cam, huh? Cam Howard. They done come up. All right, y'all, this is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm about to wrap this up.
Somebody said this reparations will buy USA. You ain't leaving no free America. You ain't leaving. I mean, you could, but I doubt it. America is one of the best countries. You know what I'm saying? And it's the best country because we built it.
And now we're sharing our reparations. This is the Mace Jackson Show. Every single day. Well, we got an answer now, though. Invest Southwest. Every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. The mayor said invest Southwest. But I say you can still tell them. May said we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more in black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on their body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You won't have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to Senate. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up the seal carry, I stay with the pipe. Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government invested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government invested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.